Here we go. All ones.
It's been a long road, riffing and drinking beer. It's been a long round, but my telecrists are finally here, and I will see my grip come alive at last. I will get green tags, and they're not gonna bog me down no more. No, they're not gonna ban me again, 'cause I will scream and bark. I'm going where my greed will take me. I got there to believe I can steal anything. I'm robust in the soul. No one's gonna beat or break me. I can reach any room. I will scream. I will scream. I will scream. I will scream and fall.
All right. Let's start from the top to the bottom and introduce your characters. We also have some connections we still need to make. Oh, yes,
Sure. My character is Count Robert Camden, 50-year-old noble, served as in the diplomatic service all his life. Has retired on a very, very nice pension. Has learned to use a melee weapon after a duel initially went awry in his early diplomatic career. Specialized in Aslan, in the Aslan language. Eventually serving as an ambassador, but I don't know whether say that was to the Aslan or not. Just general administration, advocate, some electronic skills, decent diplomat.
So you're probably going to get along with the BWAP pretty good.
Overall, good.
All right. Aaron.
He's made a few allies in his time, a few rivals, and an enemy or two.
So what are the major events? You said you fought a duel and you have some enemies and allies?
Yes, let's see. I'll just go to the...
I'm mainly looking for your events so people can figure out some connections with you.
Yeah, so he was challenged to a duel for his honor and standing. He didn't refuse. He did go for it, but lost because he wasn't trained in melee. So he did lose one sock. But that was made up at the end of his career. He got a lot of social standing. And he took a level and blade as a result, just to basically, I better learn how to do this. It might happen again.
Go to me the private trainer so I can learn how to do these fencing maneuvers. That's so plebeian nowadays.
Yes. So he actually had bought a rapier, and his one of his two blades. The other one was from his service. It was as a gift from his service, which is a static blade, which he can get. He also has a power sword, just in case.
I was going to say, aren't the static blades basically just power swords from Warhammer?
They're basically power swords from Warhammer, yeah.
The arc blades are even, I'd say the arc blades are even worse because those things actually will cut through almost any armor.
Wow. Yeah, they're lightsabers.
Yeah.
I'm always on this side of the GM table for Traveller, so I never get to play with the cool stuff.
Well,
you only get to be abused by the cool stuff.
Yeah. So, Aaron, could you introduce Chrome and some of your background?
All right. So, my character is a droid, and so we are little half-size bird lizards that live in a highly structured society, and we are all openly psionic. So fortunately, we don't live in the Imperium where psionics are verboten, so you don't have to all freak out at that. My particular cast is that of a sport. No, I don't do sports. It's using the biological term, meaning that I'm an outlier. And my particular job is to leave my community and go do things or learn things, usually at the direction of the leader cast. And then I come back and I show them what I've learned or whatever resource I've acquired, and then they send me on my next task.
Some pre-connections with some of the characters, don't you?
Yes. So I've got some really good abilities at leaking, some of which are racial, some I learned in character generation. And at one point, I met Z's character Anitas, and we just got along. It was like, oh, hello, fellow reptilian, and I just stowed away with them for 4 years on board their ship, being hidden and learning how to do engineer things. And I also think during that time, Goat's character Scar was also aboard ship. I'm a bit fuzzy
Indeed.
on that. Yeah. Okay.
He was a part of the officers exchange program.
Yes. Okay. So Scar wasn't a stowaway. And so I got introduced to Scar and met him. And then when we came back from that voyage, my leader had me and the leader and Scar go somewhere and do things out in the wilds. The core book was very vague. So we did some exploring and things like that. And so Scar now has an in with the leadership of my droid community. And so these two are my friends.
I kind of assumed by proxy you know everybody else too, but those are the two people you really know before this. They kind of brought you to the group.
Well, see, the thing about Droin is that they are very communal, and so this is sort of a fraternity / proto-family. So if the rest of you say that these people are okay, then they're okay by me.
Okay. Anything else, or should we go to Goat?
I mean, I don't know what else you need from me.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Could you introduce Scar?
I am Ihate Hasoi Hahea Wekisiliana Kataura Alchalte, the second son of the Lord of the Burning Sea of Selenite of Kataure, or Scar for short. As Scar is an Aslan warrior. He was a military officer for 12 years, where he performed deeds of legend fighting corsairs. Then he served in the officers' exchange program until he suffered a career-ending injury. After that, he took on Chrome as a crewman to run the engines for his Ihatasho scout, where he survived on the fringes of space, dealing with the Droin. Now he has retired from the service. With a scout ship, he seeks to gather a mighty host, to challenge another clan to attain a landhold. He will have his McMansion in 3 acres of greenery.
A big mansion. All right, and you know 2 other characters, so I know you have 2 connections. Yeah, you already mentioned Chrome. Who was the other one?
Yeah, and the other one was the Bwop, who is now my executive officer. She is in charge of the women's work, such as engineering and bookkeeping.
I think you also had a connection to my character as well.
Yeah, Soviet's character provided aerospace support during one of the engagements in his early military career.
I'll fill that one in.
Okay, yeah. So Locus Labs, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, okay, I don't have a second name yet because I need to look into Soleimani's second names.
Basically just name from human Earth. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find something by the end of the session. So my character is a human Soleimani called Alice, who actually comes from, where did I write that down? I need to pull up who comes from Wu, which is why she has fox ears and a fox tail. And she went to the Navy and basically spent her entire life in the Navy and has a ex-boyfriend benefactor who helped her become captain in the Navy. In the Navy, what she mainly did was go on a diplomatic mission. And then she went on a deep space exploration mission. And then I think her last event was just regular service. And after turning 38 in the Navy and becoming a captain, she decided that it was time to do something else. And since she enjoyed the diplomatic mission at the start of her deployment, she decided to hire on with Solsec and become a deep cover noble diplomat who ended up in CJ's diplomat office working together with him, and that's how she knows him. And after that, she retired to do something different and enjoy life for a little bit because she is 42.
Question for you guys: did CJ know that you're a spy?
No.
So you know CJ, and who is your other contact?
I don't have one yet.
Okay, so we could.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
That's one of the reasons we're going over the characters, so you guys can finish up those contacts real quick. Miss Z, could you introduce your character?
Well, you see, my character's Anitas. She's a Bwop. I haven't decided on her world yet, but her name actually kind of goes on because there's her mother, then her father, then her creche, then her clan. And it just, you're going to get used to a lot of her just rambling on in the background and describing that she's just rambling. But she is a rare Bwop female, not stuck being a mom. and that is for reasons she will not tell people because it's a very social scandal kind of thing. But she managed to also avoid a draft into a war because of that status, and ended up going to university and graduating, and then going into the Navy, where in her time she here's the thing: you can't properly tune a jump drive if you don't know how to jump a ship. So like her field of study was astronavigation, but she's an engineer, and she spent her entire time in the Navy. In that time in engineering, and in that time during the officer exchange program, she came across 2 alien officers that she just, one didn't have the paperwork and she took care of that because, that's her job, and the other had the paperwork but like never provided it, and just finally, told her
The details were beneath me.
I mean, it happens. It happens. He also sheds, but anyway, at the end of the term, she decided to set off and continue being executive officer, because clearly the universe needs this so that Scar doesn't, continue violating order and creating chaos everywhere.
Okay, and Soviet Turtle, you're up next. Would you like to describe your character, introduce your character, and some of the connections you have?
So Soviet started out in the Navy immediately out of high school, went to the academy, passed with honors, turned out to be a little bit of a psychopath in his first tour, did not receive promotion as a reason, and learned to turn it down over the earlier stages of his career, focusing mainly on gunnery, specifically orbital bombardment, and piloting skills, mainly in a line cruiser. Eventually passing the way up to a captain, after which point he started making his opinions known about various topics and theories.
Such as the legalization of war crimes?
Think General Ripper.
Think what?
Think General Ripper from Doctor Strangelove.
Okay.
Legalized nuclear bombs.
Legalized nuclear bomb.
Yeah, I really
To have his own nuclear arsenal.
I really think there should be a recreational nuclear weapons party.
I mean, we can just go to a Law Zero world.
He originally made contact with Goat's character during orbital ops as Goat. I believe your character is ground pounder, isn't he?
Yes, he
So
is a military officer.
The
Or
Goat's
was.
character called in orbital bombardment support and was quite memorable in the enthusiasm for mass destruction. But after being removed from the Navy, due to being less politically adept, ended up reaching out to Goat because he more or less ran out of other contacts, because everybody didn't want to speak to him after he advocated glassing planets.
Hey, what's a little war crimes between friends, So Goat, and who else do you know?
You know me.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. So how would we have met, apart from like trying to avoid me at the academy?
I mean, you were in the Navy for a long time at the same time as me. Perhaps we met at a enlisted party on the diplomatic mission that Alex went on.
Real quick, Soviet, are you Soleimani or Imperial?
Imperial.
Okay, then I guess that wouldn't have happened.
I just making canon connect or everything connect canon up. Sorry, didn't mean to ruin your flow there, but you guys could have met.
No, it's fine.
And the Soleimani and the Imperials don't much care for each other.
I can imagine meeting at some sort of embassy do and just like the scary eyes at each other most of the time.
You were a captain, so it's fairly likely you guys may have met during your time with Solsec.
Yeah, that's likely.
In terms of the canon timeline of how we did our period of events, with Anitas being the youngest at 28 and her final term being the one that she met both Aaron and Goat's characters, it probably would have it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that I think Scar had another term after that. And did Aaron, what's your character's name again?
Well, my proper droid name is Chrome Acidrit, but everyone calls me Chrome because it's easier to say.
Okay, Chrome. Okay, Chrome and Scar. When she met them both, that term, I don't know if you guys had envisioned that in the middle of your life cycles versus the end.
I mean, I think it was like our second to last term. I'm not entirely certain.
My character is currently 42 because he stayed in an extra, I think, 2 turns. So he would be towards the end of his career at that point.
Yeah, my character is also 42. So we would have met while we were the same age.
Oh, I know exactly how we'd meet. Doing an expo, as in like a presentation to other interested parties, officers, etc., instruing the virtues of orbital bombardment and the theory of glass and planet.
Also, you were a raving lunatic in the street that my character just thought was really funny.
And I could really see the Soleimani being like, yes, tell me more about this orbital bombardment
Yeah.
passing of planets.
Like, yeah, this sounds great. How about you tell me more about this?
Backing away slowly back towards the cocktail table.
Oh God, somebody is actually interested in orbital bombardment.
God, what do I do? Well, I never got this far.
Okay.
And my character was looking for actual interest.
And so I think we got the contact. What did you guys learn from your contacts? You only get 2 skills from contacts. Have you guys got your 2 skills yet from that?
No.
New.
Okay, so what did you learn from this military exchange program of and teaching of orbital bombardments? Now, this is a question for both of you. Also, we got the ship done, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, the ship is done.
Yeah, we'll do an introduction of the ship after this, then go into the game.
Maybe we'll both learn explosives.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, I was going through the list. I already have turret gunner at max. I have artillery at 1. I have tactics. So, like, apart from explosives, what new would I be learning? You know?
Can I add another level of tactics?
Yeah, as long as you're not at the max yet.
I'm at 2 at the moment.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Would I get 1 level in explosives or 0 for explosives? I don't have
You
it.
would start. You get +1.
Okay.
Learn to assemble an atomic bomb.
Let's go. I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
All right. So, would you guys like to introduce the? I think we got all our contacts on then.
Wait, would I still be getting something from knowing CJ's character?
Yes, you only get 2 skills, but you can have as many contacts as you want.
Okay.
So, what did you guys learn from each other, and how did you guys meet? I guess you guys met as nobles while you were undercover.
We had come up with the fact that he had a whole office, and I worked at his office as a
So
diplomat.
you were spying on him.
Maybe. I mean, don't accuse me of something like that. You don't have proof.
I think
You have any proof?
learning investigations might be a good one there.
Investigation is a good skill to have.
Yeah, I got investigate 1, but I'm going to put comms 2 because there was some odd communications going around, and I was looking to find out what they were, where they were coming from. So
And CJ, do you have 2 contacts? Or are you just at the 1 right now?
that's one. That's sorry, let me just fix.
Locust, are you
That's-
taking investigation, or are you thinking of something else? I'm just giving suggestions. I'm not saying it's what you need to take.
It's Locust, right? That was in the diplomatic office.
Yes, she was. She was working for Solsec at the time.
So I'm gonna say that there was some, because I already had communications comms skill, that that there was some weird stuff going, weird communications and stuff coming out of the building. So I investigated and improved my.
You got Locust character to help you track it down, and that's how you learn
Yeah.
communication skills.
With that, we have to discuss, did you find me out or not?
Did you have a career-ending thing like a blown cover or anything like that in your?
No, I just retired. I quote unquote retired.
Then we'll just say that you were one of a number of people on a suspect list.
And sadly, that janitor wound up going to jail out of nowhere for some strange reason. I think the IISS picked him up, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Just making a joke about getting the wrong guy. Okay, so we got so CJ, that's 1. What's your other one? And Locust, what did you learn? Sorry,
Com.
I
Don't
learned
know who else.
investigate.
investigate. Okay, so what's your second contact there, CJ?
Not sure. Maybe I would have been at like one of Soviet's presentations.
Yeah, as an imperial noble, you really need to understand how orbital bombardment relates to tax evasion.
I mean, I could put another rank in advocate because somebody's got to defend this guy.
I like
Dependent
that
to
one.
me because the BWAP absolutely doesn't want to do anything that's either not authorized, illegal, or in general isn't to get against is against the greater good of the galaxy. If you can convince her it's the greater good of the galaxy, we're great.
Maybe advocate by hanging out with the BWAP and learning the legalities of paperwork. What's your character's name? The BWAP, or your character's name is Steve?
Anitas, Aneidas.
Anitas. So hanging out with Anitas, you learned the legalities of paperwork as a noble.
Yeah, because I've already got advocate too, so maybe they could boost, I don't know, admin or advocate for you.
Actually, I could have encountered you while I was in university.
Yeah, that's possible.
You know, it
You
would
guys-
be helpful if people
Yeah.
changed their server names to include their characters' names.
Yeah, that's what we do. I feel like you see, like Buzz, who's listening in. His Shadowrun character's name is Cliff. So that's what a lot of people do on my channel is they put the character's name right by each other so we can keep immersion going. But you don't have to. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I added my
I
name,
already turned
and
around
then
and
also
it's already done it. Like, man, you're fast.
I'm also already done with it.
Hell
I
yeah.
also came up with my second name. It's Nakatomi.
Nakatomi.
Nakatomi Plaza.
I was just about to say that.
And the explanation is that Alice's family is actually part of a long line of descendants of old Japan, but her name has basically lost all noble meaning because it's been so long.
They've
They
mixed up
they own a chain of like
Megumans.
Yeah. Oh god. Are you related to anybody who's working for Omigato Vato, the fast food chain?
No.
Okay.
I think I wanted to blow up that fast food chain.
That's why I was asking.
No, I'll say recon because part of the presentation that Sylvia's character was giving was about identifying the targets correctly for bombard, for precision bombard. So recon sounds like
These are the people who didn't pay their taxes. Make sure you hit them first. Very old school Villani of you.
Scare them into paying their taxes.
Yeah, taxes are a big thing in the Imperium. Don't mess with the trade, which is where they get their taxes from. So yeah, if you the Imperium will definitely commit war crimes if you interfere with trade, and they usually use weapons of mass destruction, which they also by chance enforce a ban on by weapons of mass destruction.
Well, we're
Also,
up
they
by
blow
the
you
Empire
sky
side.
high for having the same weapons that they use to blow you sky high.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Well,
what is
we're
the?
up-
Oh yeah,
That's Reaver Deep. This is a neutral zone. Neither the Empire nor the Aslan Hierate are supposed to have a real naval presence here.
the Soleimani are rolling around too, causing trouble too. They after the Soleimani broke off. So just a real quick of Reaver's Deep. It used to be a very big pirate haven. There's even one or two old Reaver kingdoms that have kind of gone legit that are hanging around. There's the Carillion Assembly. I may be saying that one wrong. They're kind of like they're the highest tech level at 14, and they kind of got like sci-fi dictator trying to take over everything. He's like super charismatic and kind of done a coup of the government. And the more he causes trouble and tries to be more expansionist, the more people like him. So he's kind of
Giving the people what they want.
yeah, exactly. They want to expand and become an empire, and they're like, yeah, nationalism. And so he's kind of like flexing his muscles at different different of all the minor planets in the Reaver's Deep, mainly in the where's my traveler's map? So the Denisar, and to the Corward, the Drixtalir, yeah, that one. Subsector, mainly Corward and Rimward, Spinward. Excuse me.
Yes, Benward is the last
I
slot.
was getting trailing and Spinward mixed up.
Yeah.
So kind of pushing in those directions.
Is to the galactic west, so that's how I remember it.
So there's a lot of the Soleimani, since they've broken off from the Imperium, have considered the treaty between the Aslan Hierate and the Imperium not to apply to them. So they're pushing into what was known as the buffer, which is Dark Nebula and Reaver's Deep. Is kind of like a buffer zone between the Imperium and the Hierate. So they're kind of going in there, causing trouble, kind of politicking. The Carillion Assembly are kind of weary of them and the Imperium, and using the Hierate as kind of a counterbalance against Imperial and Soleimani expansion. So there's a lot of independent worlds that are kind of caught in this like trifecta of politics. Becoming a Reaver or a pirate is a very respectable career path within the Reaver's Deep. Though all the major Reaver empires have been killed, piracy still looms over the sector. So and that's where we come in, as you guys are coming into the Reaver's Deep as a mercenary unit, if I remember right, correct?
Yeah, although most of our money will probably be made trading, because that's low risk. What was the name we decided on again?
R.A.V.E.N. is what I said.
What does that stand for?
I hadn't come up with anything yet. I was too busy.
I thought you guys wrote something down.
Yeah, Aaron did. Rapid and violent enemy nullifiers.
I love it. Good job, Aaron.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So we have a Type T patrol cruiser called the Bloom of Botany Bay. She's demilled, so we yoinked out the ship's boat to make room for cargo space, and the G carrier got yoinked out, and instead we have an air rat, which is like a flying car. On the other hand, Scar has his own 100-ton Hatacia Scout, which would serve as an auxiliary craft and support. But the patrol cutter is our mainstay combat ship. She can do she can pull 4 Gs of acceleration, jump 3, 2 triple pulse laser turrets, 2 triple missile racks. It's not a warship, but it can bully most, small commercial shipping.
Okay,
It's
and
a Coast Guard cutter, I would think. We can mess up anything that isn't planetary navy.
okay, and so what's bringing you guys to what's the name of the planet you guys are going to? Garland?
Growlin.
Growlin?
That's probably where we bought the ship.
Okay, so you're going to be picking up the ship there, or are you taking it there?
I think we're picking it up there.
Okay,
Like that's where who
so
do we owe the mortgage to?
I'm going to say probably an Imperial Noble since it's an Imperial ship. Do you guys have an Imperial Noble in your contacts?
Well, it's an open design. Anyone with tech level 12 can make one of these.
Isn't one of the PCs the noble? Like,
Yeah,
CJ?
I do have a noble contact, actually, an ally.
Tell us about your ally, and how is he selling you a ship in Grayland or Garland? Grayland? Yeah,
Growlin.
Growland. Sorry, Growland.
I'm a count.
All right. So, but your ally, who's he has a old Imperial Navy patrol corvette for sale outside the Imperium on the world of Growlin. Tell me about your noble contact.
He's got a large, ship resale operation where he takes old military vessels, disarms them with some of, takes off their really nasty weapons and then puts them onto the civilian market, sold to mercenary companies, planetary governments. Then by some he will even take to a planet, and then it'll become a planetary vessel. So they'll actually take out the jump drive and upgun it and whatever, and they provide that service.
And obviously, being decommissioned Imperial military, they do it outside the Imperium for legal purposes and tax.
It's all above board. It's all above board as far as like the ships go. But since he's a friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine, actually have the specific. Give me a sec. I'll give you the specific circumstance.
I'm reminded of that one scene from Lord of War where Nick Cage's character is shipping a Hind D and also the weapons, but the weapons have been removed and they're being shipped separately, and therefore that makes them legal. and they're going to the same place and they're going to be put on later. But that
was a great movie too. I kind of see some kind of shady deal like this, and being nobles, like they kind of turn a blind eye to your military adventurism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess that I'm the one that found the loophole in the paperwork.
Give me an admin check.
With a powerful and charismatic noble who becomes an ally. So yeah, he's a powerful and charismatic noble. That's some 11 on the life events.
Okay. Give me an admin check.
What if he's the let's see, what's the importance rating of Garrison? What if he's the Count of Garrison? That's an Imperial world in the Reaver's Deep. Coordinates 2221.
221.
Sounds good. So that's where my estate is.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay.
Port A.
Yeah, we'll put them over there. That Hope is or it could be Hope, which is a little closer. But
Hope wouldn't have wouldn't be able to produce that.
Okay, yeah, we'll put it at Garrison then. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your the noble's name? Make it something silly.
It doesn't matter. He's Count Garrison.
Count Garrison. Okay. All right. So there is a military base on Growlin, and so we'll start your characters in jump space. About ready to jump in system. Leave you guys for a little session to get to know each other.
So, are we all?
I guess we're on
in my scout ship.
Yeah, I guess you guys have packed into your scout ship to make it to the because your ship is a jump 4 ship, isn't it?
It is.
So
yeah, the issue is it only has 2 staterooms, which means 2 people would be in a fucking low berth.
Yeah, they could be sleeping in the cockpit or something too. We're some hand wavium on that one just to get you guys to know each other. Maybe wake up the 2 people that are in the low berth and start the scene.
Yeah, okay.
Both Anita's and I are small size, so we can cuddle up and share a bed.
It's the life support is the issue.
Mhm.
It's not the space.
Oh,
Staterooms also include like air and stuff.
well, fine if you want to breathe.
Oh wait, no, never mind. There's cargo space. You guys like two player characters are sleeping in cots in the cargo bay. That's how it works.
Oh,
Okay,
excellent.
Alice is definitely not doing that. And if somebody tried to get her to do that, she would have dueled them. So she threw a fit when somebody was like, "You're supposed to sleep there," so somebody else had to do it, or she would have been very upset.
I gotta turn your.
Who's sleeping? Who's sleeping in the cargo hold then?
I think Anitas would probably just sleep in her caftan in the cockpit just to stay in a more human-controlled space rather than cuddling up to people or being in a big drafty room.
Why is my bridge so soupy? What happened?
I can lower the settings, Captain.
Do it.
Obviously, adjust the settings.
Okay. Yeah. What's the? I think Aslan like a little hotter than humans, but not as humid. More savannah.
I mean, it varies. Because Kusu has the same climactic variation as Earth. It's just a little bit more stable temperature.
Okay.
BWAP like at need for their moisturized caftans to at least be in a regular environment that is around 25% humidity. They prefer 95% humidity.
Oh man.
Oh, they're Floridians.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's always wearing something that has an intricate set of water pipes and tubes and things that keeps her skin glistening in the light with moisture.
I've got to ask, can BWAP lick their eyes?
Not that I've seen. In
I say that
lasers
they do.
do that. Sorry.
I think they do.
I think they do too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're more I live in a swamp kind of salamander, not I need to moisturize myself by licking my eyes kind of salamander.
They do need to moisturize.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are a high moisture species. Also,
Yeah.
all of my limbs are removable.
Ah,
That was the wrong affected.
Yeah, they grow back.
Uh-huh.
so my
Alice is slightly appalled, but also incredibly intrigued at this proposition.
and Dad's just sitting there watching, just smoking a cigar, just calmly watching his dress uniform, and then watches an arm get removed, and just his eyes just go wide, and the cigar just starts glowing, and he just breathes in heavily.
I mean, she doesn't just rip her arm off right there. It's like not removable at will, but they're removable and will grow back.
But they take time and kind of grow back like the little tiny hand from Deathpool.
Deadpool. Yeah, it takes about the same time period as a training period.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
what
have a question. Once you're finally off my ship and stop overcrowding it, what are all your stations going to be on the Bloom of Botany Bay?
this sport will be pilot.
I thought you were female. That is men's work.
Captain, we've been over this. Regulation X7, it says, et cetera, states that anyone licensed can be a pilot.
So we will omit that from the chronicles of my ascension.
Well, to be speaking technically, cast of sport is male.
Oh, I see. Yes, aliens are very strange.
Yes, is thing of droid.
And Comte, Robert, do you even know how to manage a ship? I see the Comte is asleep at the wheel. Captain Alice.
Oh, I didn't know you were referring to me.
No.
I don't know those
I was
terms.
referring to the Comte, but he is unresponsive, so now I'm referring to you.
I admittedly, out of character, don't really know what my skills translate to for somebody on the ship, except I can pilot, I can gun,
Okay.
I can do tactic, I can basically do anything
I think you
to
maxed
some
out.
degree.
You can be a gunner then.
Yeah, I have gunnery maxed, so I'll do that.
All right, so Alice is gunner. Captain Ripper.
Yes.
The ship needs an engineer. It appears that falls to you. You do know how to run an engine, do you not?
1 second, let me check. I don't think so.
Engineer would probably be me. I do jump drive and power drive. I just
But-
also have astrogation even higher. Because,
Yeah.
again,
Well, but I need you to run the engines on the Scar.
I can do both.
You can only be on one ship at a time.
I'm honestly curious how you're going to run both of these ships at the time. my friend.
Well, actually, Scar can do all of the tasks because he has Jack of Trades too. He just kind of sucks at it. All right, so Blop will go engines. Scar. Okay, so Soviet is going to be the second gunner. What's your character's name again?
Dent.
Dex.
Dent Frax.
Dent. All right. Okay, then it'll be a one-man show on the Scar. So what are we going to do once we get there? Once we get to Growlin and pick up the ship?
See, this is my problem. If this was like a fantasy setting, I'd know exactly what I want to do, but I have no clue what you do in like space sci-fi RPG sessions.
Well,
And I'm going to fully admit that.
While the details of commerce are beneath me, I know that the profit line go up if we jump further away. So this is a jump map. These are the systems we can jump to from Growlin with Jump 3.
I guess you're posting that in the chat.
I was under the impression that the Bloom was not at Growlin. We were all piling into your ship and then jumping to whatever system had.
No, we're already in the ship going to the Bloom at Growlin.
Yeah, you guys are in jump space right now, discussing what your plans are once you get to Growlin.
Oh, okay.
So we are within reach of the Carillion Assembly, a foul dictatorial state. Or we could go to the Lanyard colonies, which I do not know what they do. They're
Soleimani.
I think they're Soleimani puppet state. Or the other options is Hiklas, an anarchic colony world.
If we go to, what was the Soleimani planet called again?
The Lanyard colonies.
And the Lanyard colonies.
If we go to Lanyard, I am sure I can find us a job. Any job, for that matter.
All right. Then as a compact as free association, do we agree? We'll jump 3 to Horst and then jump 1 to Lanyard and seek employment there?
We could also pick up some cargo while we're here and try to sell it at Lanyard, even though I'm not sure if we can figure out what they would want. There's not a character, I don't know if we can like check what Lanyard needs and then buy it here and sell it there.
You can get so every planet has trade codes. If you go to Traveler Map, it'll show it under remarks. So, and the book lists what the modifiers are for selling stuff and the different ones. So there's actually a trade calculator that'll help you forecast that.
Okay, so
but we don't have a lot of money. So probably what we're going to do, and this is all out of character because trade is women's work. The Aslan are just very gender coded about that. What we're probably going to want to do is pick up a mail contract and then fill up all the free state rooms on the Bloom with high passengers, fill all the low berths with low passengers, and fill any remaining space with freight.
Yeah.
Question: are there any immediate combat zones or insurgencies going on in our immediate area?
There is a rebellion within the Carillion Assembly that's going on. I did post in the chat a kind of news report of like ongoing things that are happening. It's pinned.
Yep.
So there's Aslan Raiders who are a bunch of how do you pronounce that? Haiti?
I think it's pronounced Ihate.
Ihate. Yeah, there's Raiders who are Aslan looking for land that are harassing the Growland Union, mainly attacking the worlds of Venice and Kaitan, which is just forward of Botany Bay. There's Kaitan is about 60% Aslan with one of the nation states or part of the Growland Assembly, and they're harassing that nation there and Venice a lot, where they've redeployed the Navy to those locations to keep them under control. While there is what looks to be a future franchise war between the fast food chain of Formicat and Ormigato Vato fast food chains within the sector. There are currently Soleimani mercenary working with the Carillion Assembly to organize a peacekeeping force into a centralized command structure. There's within the assembly. There is a R.A.V.E.N rebellion. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. That is currently going on. There was a big starport massacre recently with one of the former people of the Carillion Assembly Senate who was supporting them has now been outlawed, and there's a reward for his capture for 200,000 credits, dead or alive.
200. We'll make more money. 200,000 credits is less money than we'll make.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that to 5 mega credits.
Okay, that's
the book says 200,000, but I think I'm gonna change that to 5 mega credits, make it worthwhile.
Okay, how much is a mega credit?
1 million credit. Mega
Okay,
And,
I get
the
that.
Confederacy
I
of
get that.
Dunchassi, or whatever you pronounce it, they're up to Coolward and Spinward. They have denounced the Carillion Assembly due to their actions against the rebels, and condemned them for their human right or Sophont rights violations, and has put a trade embargo on them, and currently looking for people to help patrol their borders against Carillion expansion.
So, okay, so that's probably a better idea than Lanyard. So we can either tango with some Aslan raiders. We can get involved in the corporate war between Shawarmacrat and Arigato Vato. We could go deal with the Carillion Assembly bullshit, or we could go deal with the manhunt.
I was going to suggest what we could do is the Salami Merc peacekeeping op. They'll be hiring third-party logistics. So we basically do logistics in a combat zone. We're an armed freighter-ish.
Yeah, we can outrun most freighters. We can't outrun light fighters and shit, but we can outfight them.
Yeah, so we're in
Anything
a
short
great
of
position.
Dedicated warship, we can probably beat.
And we got scout, meaning we won't get jumped by anything we really can't deal with.
Yeah, well, I mean, my sensors are no better than yours, but yeah, it's better to have two ships.
Let's rephrase that. You'll explode first.
Yep. All right.
Rip Scar.
Hey, ones. Since I didn't realize what our skill set was, is it okay if we retroactively buy a second standard engineering droid to just run the engines?
Sure.
One to be the second engineer on the Bloom, another one to run the engines on my ship.
Yeah, that's just fine. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I started us here, to kind of get the lay of the land before we jump into the session. So this is kind of why I was doing this little pre-meetup.
Thanks. All right, I'm adding it to the mortgage. That's another quantity there. All right. So mission state is we kill but do it legally. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to go do Star Mercs and just help run interdictions.
Yes.
Okay. Where was that again?
You asking me or them?
You.
Okay. There's a few places you can run interdiction, but the Confederation of Dunchina,
Dunsany.
are looking for running interdiction with the Carillions, mainly in the Duralex subsector, which is core of your position.
Okay. Wait, the what subsector?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Drexilth. Drexilvar. Yeah.
Drexilthar.
Drexilthar subsector.
Okay. That's not immediately reachable to us, but we can get our feet wet running freighted mail on the way there and make some money. So what's our world destination then? Drexilthar?
Yeah, that'd be the closest military outpost, which would be for the Confederation, would be on the capital world of the one I can't pronounce, Dunsany. Yeah, sorry, on Dunsany.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they're the dark red guys on the map.
Yeah, the dark red guys are the guys who are getting really pissed off at the Carillion Assembly and their expansionism.
All right, here.
They're
I'm going to show you something really cool using Traveller Map. So we're gonna plot a course, right? So we're gonna start in Growlin, and we want to reach Dunsany, and we have jump 3 capability. So
That's cool.
Traveller Map, why are you telling us to go to fucking Banff? Okay. So Traveller Map says we should jump from Growlin to Marion, and then to Banff, and then we jump 3 to Cran, jump 2 to Drexilthar, and then jump 3 to Dunsany.
This map is so cool.
Why
Yeah,
are we?
it's awesome.
Because we can go straight from Botany Bay to Bam. Why do we need to stop at Marion?
We want to go to Dunsany, Aaron.
Right.
But you have a jump 3 ships, so you can go from Botany or Grayland. Oh yeah, but we're gonna be.
I think it counts as we're crossing through 3 tiles, and then because from Maryland we can't jump 4, we have to jump 1 to Banff and then jump 3 to Cron. That's why.
I mean, I can jump 4, but I don't want to split the party. I'd have to.
Yeah, if you split us up, that would be faster, but we'd be behind, and
Yeah,
you wouldn't actually know.
One
Yeah.
jump. But I
Like
mean,
the planet
there's
jumps.
other ways we can do it. I mean, if we do Botany Bay and then jump 3 from there to Banff, it's the same distance. It's the same time taken. So if we want to go to Botany Bay, I mean, there could be adventure there because Botany Bay was an abandoned colony world, but the Solomani were like trying to astroturf, and then they pulled out suddenly. So then Growlin had to come and bail them out, help restore their technology base and shit. So we can go there if you guys want. I mean, the ship's named for it. It's a shithole, but it might be fun.
I will follow the party because I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah, like who's the captain of our patrol corvette in any case? Because we probably should decide that when it comes to fighting.
I can always be the captain. Just as a player, I don't know that much about the game, you know?
Okay.
I think everyone knows my character's too insane.
Yeah, no, you're not going to be the captain.
No one's going to let him be the captain.
Even though he's probably the most qualified.
Yeah. Well, see,
Oh, I was the captain too, so
yeah, because CJ and Aaron understand the system best,
yeah.
and CJ's the high class person. Do either of you guys want to be captain?
I can do it if no one else wants. would like.
It's the diplomat's personal yacht.
If I must, I shall. You know.
Yeah, yeah, because the captain also doesn't actually have to have any skills, just leadership. So you just sit in the chair and you're just like, telling people what to do.
He's just making laser sounds as he makes finger guns at shit he wants to blow up.
Actually, that makes sense. DJ basically is the owner of the ship, technically. So he's the captain. I'll be his XO, and I'm just standing there crazy-eyed.
Yeah, you know what? The crazy-eyed XO works very well.
All right, cool. Okay, so so it's settled then. We will travel to Dunsany, and we will take part in this horrible brush fire conflict for money.
I like it.
And possibly opportunities to outright
money.
Then it's like, if we're running interdiction, we can just interdict a ship and chop it for parts, and no one will know, and that's way more money than whatever the government will give us.
I mean, nobody will care either because it's rebels we're fighting, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the rebels might care, so could their friends, but hey, it's the deep. We can just leave.
They're rebels. Who cares about them?
Yeah.
The rebels
if we didn't
file
fuck
the right
up our
papers.
reputation in one country, we can just run away to the next.
We must punish the people who didn't file the paperwork, and that's the rebels.
Exactly. All right.
You guys ready to jump into Growlin?
Yep.
All right. Give me the jump check. Go through the procedures just to go through.
Okay. Where are we jumping from then?
We were jumped 4 ships, so I would say the nearest base would be from the Carillion, but it'd be the fastest way to get across the Carillion assembly, but that is kind of a weird dictatorship.
I mean, if we're wilderness refueling, the Carillions are a dictatorship, but they don't have like a proper navy, so they can't stop us from wilderness refueling and moving on.
Yeah, most of the peacekeepers are individual planets. That's one of the reasons their expansion hasn't really kicked off quite yet.
Okay, so we'd be moving from Garrison to Growlin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so at jump 4, that means our route was Garrison to Cassandra. So the last stop was Banff. So jump 4. Okay, so Astrogator, the way this works is you roll Astrogate versus a 4 minus with a penalty equal to the number of parsecs traversed. So that's 4. So you're going to roll Astrogate versus an 8. So your Astrogate skill plus your EDU modifier.
And it's just 1d6 or 2?
It's 2d6.
Okay.
God, if it was 1d6, we never get anything done.
If you end up with a negative number, you have a misjump.
Well,
and that basically means we end up somewhere.
Ooh, I got us exactly 8.
Oh,
yes. No, well, it's a misjump if the Astrogator and the engineer fail.
Oh,
okay. If only one fail, there's a chance there's a bad jump where like people get sick and maybe hallucinate.
Yeah, people start vomiting and get nosebleeds. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So next is our jump engineer, which is, I guess, also you, since we're not really on a time crunch. So you're just rolling engineer J versus a 4, and it's modified by the effect of the Astrogate check. So you got effect 0 because you exactly hit the target. So you're just going to roll engineer J plus your EDU modifier versus a 4.
Ooh. I'm apparently a really great engineer. 10.
So ones, if we go by the companion rules, we can then roll 2d6 plus the effect of each check to see if there's a bad jump and like whether we, how far away we end up. So if we're going by that.
Did you fill your engineer roll? I didn't actually hear the.
No, effect. She rolled a 10, so we got effect 6.
So you guys are good then.
Roll. Yeah, so we're good. We emerge according to the book 100 plus 46 diameters away.
Okay, as you guys
to some time.
As you guys come out of jump space, you see some wreckage of ships and a SOS. It's from the Greenland military. It says Greenland military. What's the name of the drone moon on Greenland that you're from, Chrome?
Oh gosh, I'm so horrible with names. Stand by a moment. I know it begins with an A. Asclepios.
Yes, it says Asclepios is now under attack. Greenland military vessels are down. We're requesting aid from any local ships. Currently need rescue from our kind of breaks up a little bit. Need humanitarian aid and rescue of personnel on Greenland vessel. Attack from mercenary unit. Jumping out of system. Please intervene as it kind of breaks up as it's being jammed.
I need someone on sensors. Find that ship.
So I'm immediately going to get on the comms and I'm going to respond. Asclepios actual. This is being Bloom of Botany Bay. We are in response. Over. And
contacting the moon or your moon or the people that are sending out the SOS.
probably broadband, but if I have to choose, it'll be whoever's sending out that SOS request for help.
All right. Right now, you have a location of a old, probably rule of man era military vessel from the old Terran Navy that's being used by the Greenland Union. It's currently the power's down, life support failing. It's taken quite a bit of damage, but currently that's about all you got before the jammer went up, which cutting off sensors and communications.
How far away are they?
They're probably about, I'd say, thrust 10 away from you.
The ship does 2Gs. Okay, yeah, let's get to stations. So, Chrome, I'd like you to be on pilot. I only have one gun on this ship, so
yeah, I'm already doing the hardest burn possible, and I am requesting from the engineering bots to get us more.
All right. Well, we're full on player characters. We're in my scout ship for now. We haven't picked up the Bloom yet.
Oh, okay. Then we
yeah.
would have been responding from Scar, but whatever.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So hang on. So are we going to the ship that got damaged, or are we going to try to fight the guys that are running away?
Well, let me put it to you like this. I'm a droid, and a droid colony asked for help. Unless someone above me in leadership countermands me, I'm headed to help my people.
All right.
Okay, but it's the ship asking for help, I think,
All right.
right?
We'll make this a
Yeah, it was from the military outpost. The message came from not the ship, but the high port, which is also doubles as a military naval base.
Okay. All right.
The
give us more power to the engines.
Yeah, the ship that's damaged looks like this in the chat.
Well, I just want to be clear. Someone is asking for help, right? There is some sort of an SOS involved?
Yes,
There's a ship asking us for help.
Yeah, the SOS said there was an attack on the moon where the droid are from, and the naval vessel that was left to guard Growlin has been disabled and is asking for aid for getting people off the ship as the power's going down and there's no life support is failing, and there's it was broken up, said there is another vessel that's jumping out of system, and then you're jammed.
Okay. All right. Chrome, take us in. I need someone who knows comms to break that jam, and I need someone in engineering to overload the maneuver drive.
What skill would comms be?
Electronics comms. It's a specialization of electronics.
Okay, I know that.
Okay.
I don't have main drive engineering. I just had. So would that be a 0 if I was? Okay.
You're rolling versus a 10 using your EDU modifier.
Okay.
And Alice, you'd be rolling EDU plus comms.
13.
13. All right, shit. So we get thrust 3 at least for a burst.
Okay, I have a 9.
Okay. 9 for comms. You're able to break the comm signal. You're getting the message on repeat. It says there is a what's the name of the merc ship? The one that looks like a drop ship from
Broadsword.
Yeah, there's they're saying there is a broadsword jumping out of a system that attacked the moon and the droid colony. If anybody can get interdiction or information on the ship before it jumps out, they're willing to compensate and looking for any vessels in the system to render aid to the I'm going to call it Justice Davindo, which is currently been disabled by the mercenary vessel and is engine or powers down, life support failing. They need to get their personnel off.
All right, there's no way we can stand up to a broadsword in a scout ship. Alice, run an active scan on that broadsword while we continue on course to rescue the downed merchantman.
Okay, Alice tries to use the comm equipment or just the scanning equipment to figure out who might own the ship.
Electronic sensors. So you'd use education.
Okay, electronics at 0, so you can just roll that.
And you'd use education as your.
Okay, that's a 13. I rolled an 11. That plus education is 13.
You pull up the general identification on it. I'm trying to think of a cool Gurkha name. It's called the Kukri. And
oh hell yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the Kukri is a Soleimani registered mercenary unit who work for. As you're getting the information on this, it's popping up as I got the Colombian Gook Holly unit.
Okay.
And it's currently powering up its jump engines as it's just about hitting the jump limit.
Do I need to roll pilot just to get us there, or is that just basically I'm pressing the throttle and that's it?
Currently, there's not much. You're piloting. You've got the thrust. So all I really need, I don't need a skill check from you. I just need to know which direction you're going. I think you're going to the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
So with that said, we're already burning, and we've got a good sensor lock on the Kukri. What I would like to do is make an astrogation roll to see if I can determine, based on their vector, to where they are jumping.
I'm not sure that's possible.
Because you jump space, you jump into an alternate dimension, so it doesn't really matter which direction you're going as long as you hit the in actual normal space. But I will let you do a hack maneuver, which is computers plus education. See if you can maybe get some information from hack their system and get information from their jump computer.
Is computers also electronics?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got that at 0. And you said education?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because they could be jumping anywhere within 3 parsecs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of space.
Yep.
I have an 11.
11. Okay. As you hack into there and try to get their jump computer, the most information you get with an 11, because put some negatives on there because it's not an easy task. You succeed, but it does say it's hitting spinward and coolward, or trailing and coolward.
Oh, I think they must be Carillions.
Yeah, looking at there's only one with jump 3. There's going that direction. There's only a handful of worlds.
They must be going to Lennoxon.
Okay, so we've got that information along with like their transponder codes if they're active, their drive signature if not, and I'm going to not only do we have it, but I'm going to transmit it to Ascapoi just so that they know. Not that I expect them to be able to do anything about it.
Currently, there's no response from Astapoi.
Mm-hmm.
Chrome, the hostile ship might pick up on the transmission. Let's wait for them to jump out before we send anything.
Acknowledged, warrior friend Scar.
Continue on course to the disabled ship. All hands, put your vac suits on and prepare for EVA.
You guys are traveling at thrust 5, correct?
Thrust 3.
Okay, so you got one more turn before you hit
then
get
it
there.
Decelerates at thrust 2.
So it's going to be 2 turns before you hit the ship. So
12 minutes.
I prefer we not hit the ship, thank you.
Yeah, so give me for docking maneuver, please give me a piloting check, Chrome.
Yes.
How do you describe how you this damaged old rule man ship? How do you dock with it?
Well, hang on. Before I make the roll, I'd like to know what stat I'm rolling.
This would be piloting plus dexterity.
Okay,
And, just FYI, dice rolls are in this game are kind of up for the players to justify. There are kind of like defaults you go to. So if you think if that doesn't fit how you're doing it, you can justify using another skill if you want to. As GM, I still get to approve, say yay or nay, but.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I'm going to do a dock. So I'm going to have someone running scanners on the ship as we approach. So
and
I
can give you a bonus. So that can be a teamwork test. So if somebody can use sensors and their effect will help you on your piloting.
Alice,
I can do that.
That's a scan of that ship. If it's tumbling in multiple axes, we'll need to adjust.
Multiple axes.
It's
Yes.
currently barrel rolling.
Alice laughs and tries to scan the ship for a, what do I call it? For a opportune angle of docking.
Okay, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 11.
Then, so that gives you a +3 to your piloting roll. You find that most of the docking ports have been damaged, but there is one service port that's mainly used for maintenance that was undamaged during the attack that you can use. But it's
Okay.
But as the ship is barrel rolling right now and moving forward due to its damage and not having power and it's kind of drifting, you're going to need to do a piloting check +3 for the teamwork test.
So it's +3 to my roll.
Now you rolled 11, so you got an effective 3, which gives +3 to Aaron, who's piloting.
You're mixing up Aaron and Locust voice.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought Aaron was piloting. Sorry.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So so Locust, you did Alice, you did the engineering check, correct? And got 11.
Yeah.
Okay, and that gives Chrome a +3 to her piloting check due to the effect that you got. Also, side effect on this, just so you know, if you roll a negative effect, it negatively affects the person. So basically, you fuck up and make their job harder if you roll lower than 8. If it's higher than 8, you get a plus.
Okay, so I have a 13 on my pilot roll, and because you asked how I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be coming in fairly hot, and yes, I will alert the crew as to that. We're already on turnaround, so I've got my engines facing backwards, and I'm going to adjust our vector, matching it as close as possible. And then in order to get to the airlock as quickly as possible, I'm basically going to wait until as close to the last minute as possible and then do a hard brake.
Okay.
And just sort of hopefully like power slide right up next to the airlock and then extend the docking collar.
Okay, yeah, you fly straight into that and do a bootleg turn and match rotation with a 13. You nail it. As the docking tentacle makes contact, what does the boarding group do?
All right. So the boarding crew who's going to start. It's going to be everyone that's not on the bridge because you guys had time to put your vac suits on while we were doing our Star Trek routine. So that's
basically everybody except you, me,
and Chrome. Yeah. So Robert, Anida's, and Denton.
Anita's doesn't have a vac suit because hers is super expensive and she only ever had 5,000 credits.
No, you still have a vac suit, no matter what, because that's part of the ship locker. Like, we can't fly if not every crewman has a vac suit.
Okay, interesting. Okay, that works.
Yeah, you basically have just like a low armor, like barely enough to out of the ship's locker.
Yeah, like it's 1970 or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like the really bad like Star Trek uniforms from that one movie.
Oh God!
Which Star Trek was that?
I mean, she'd probably need that to use just a ship locker one anyway, because none of those ship's locker ones are going to accommodate her physiology. I mean, she's got a tail.
Yeah.
So I will help.
Tail too, so you should be good.
I will help Adita get dressed in her vac suit and then put my own on because we don't know what could go wrong.
Okay. So who's coming? Who's going to opening the door?
I'll open the door. So Denton opens the door. Meanwhile, he is smoking in his vac suit.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
Starcraft style.
Awesome.
Starcraft style.
Yeah. And as you go in, there's flickering lights and sparks coming off of damaged location or damage. You see some growling naval personnel dead in the hallway. One of them looks wounded as he kind of reaches up and kind of points at you, kind of like, hey, kind of motions like, help.
Just walk right past him and carry on down the corridor, just literally just blank him and continue onwards.
You don't even talk to him, you just walk right past him?
Just walk straight past him.
Okay. You kind of like, what the fuck? He's anybody else following in?
I'm going to head straight to their engineering to see what I can do to start, like, stabilizing a situation.
No concern for the people.
Sorry, I don't have the paperwork to handle medical aid right now.
Yeah, she's not certified.
She is. She could be sued.
Who else is going on board, or anybody rendering aid to this guy?
Well, if I'm able to leave the cockpit, then sure, I've actually got Medic 1, and so I will grab...
this would be after these guys go on board, because you're currently in the cockpit. You just connected to the ship, so yeah, give me
putting our suits on, Aaron.
So,
I've got medic 0, so I can.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, great.
Yeah, I shall run a raid. Let's see how well this goes.
oh, thank you. We were boarded by as you're like, hey, what is this? This is a gunshot wound. You lick your finger and stick it in there. Tastes like butter. 5? Okay, it's not as bad.
Yeah, 5 because of the education modifier, but it's like,
Yeah,
it looks like a wound.
Yeah, describe how you feel this.
Are you in a lot of pain, sir?
Yes, yeah, I got hit by one of those damn swords they're carrying, and it's a big gash wound, and he looks like maybe his left hand might be partially severed. Blood is gushing out everywhere.
It's
Is he
from Undiscovered Country, Star Trek 6.
is he wearing a suit or something, or is he just like?
Yeah, he's wearing a naval uniform, not a vac suit. They were.
All right. So I don't know how good this medical role is, but I'd like to think he's just basically pulled the guy's sable belt off his uniform and tried to do a tourniquet.
Okay, so you put a tourniquet on there. I'll let that do that. It's like, yes, the Marines hit the bridge. Haven't heard from command since the attack, since power went down. We've got a crew of about 12. Not sure how many survived.
Good. You stay there as I just point to the sword bridge that way, is it?
Yes, it's rear dorsal area above the engines.
Oh, interesting layout. I shall proceed.
I posted a picture out in the chat. Yeah, you can kind of see the bridge area on the ship.
What's the tonnage for this? Oh yeah, it's aft. What's the tonnage for the ship?
I believe it's a 400. It's really old, like rule of man era ship, so it's not actually all that big. It's not. It's
like over 2,000 years old. Damn.
Yeah, most of these planets have like super old ships. It's probably not made. The blueprint is from the rule of man, but it's probably not that old.
Yeah,
it's just something an old design that's still in production because it's just so rugged.
Okay.
So Denton's just
Don't change the working system.
at the moment. Denton's just parade walking along the corridor, trying to get to the bridge,
Just parade.
All right.
literally ignoring everything. I'm just walking in like he owns the place.
So you see a few other dead crewmen. There's I take it you're not stopping to render aid for anybody. There's a few wounded as you walk by, kind of nonchalantly, and you get to when you get to the bridge. There's been a breaching charge that's blown the bridge, and there's everybody is just dead on there, like hacked and shut apart. You do see one dead Marine who's wearing he's definitely not from the Growland Navy or military forces. He took a shot right to the head, fucking explode with a Gauss rifle.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and right in front of him is the captain who has his kukri stuck right into his chest.
All right. So first, I'm gonna go up to the captain. Does he have any sort of command key or anything like that on him?
He does have a ident card hanging from his neck and a lanyard.
Captain Spare.
I pull the ident card, basically try to get the computer to give me a situation of what's going on the ship in terms of systems. Is it going to explode, etc.
All right, give me a computer's check.
I've only got electronics basic.
Okay, so that would be 0 plus education.
So I rolled a 7, and I've got 7 education. So that's a 0 as well. So I rolled 7.
With the 7, it's asking for when you start going in there, it's diagnostic, but it's asking for clarification of what you want as you're trying to find the diagnostic. Just not familiar with this type of interface because it's not in Anglic. It's actually written in what's the language that the droid speak?
Oinprith.
Sorry, one at a time. I sound like
Oinprith.
Oincrick.
Oinprith.
Oincrith. So it's written in it's written in the droid language, Oincrith. So you're having troubles with the interface. And I forgot the name of our BWOP friend. Anitas. As you get to engineering, you do see there is a engineer who has a broken leg who's trying to work on something, and they're not even painted. They don't even see you when you first walk in through the door, as they're hunched over some kind of large bulky object as they're working on it.
I'm going to immediately try to identify the main power systems of the ship to make sure that they're stable and not going to cause us immediate danger, and then check on what he's doing.
Okay, give me an engineering check.
So you just like walk up next to this guy, like while he's working away at a workstation. You just start typing at a workstation next to him. Don't even acknowledge him or anything.
Nobody says hi. Both of them are just like, ah, yeah, you're here now, I guess.
Face swap poster.
Yeah, it's as you go and start typing, once you're getting your engineering role, and looking at that station, the engineer looks over, is like, "Who are you? You're not one of them."
I am licensed engineer. Anita give my service number and all the proper things that allow me to be working on this level of certification or level of equipment, and then express that I am making sure the power isn't going to cause catastrophic failure in the next immediate instance.
No, I turned off the power. It's hooked up to this fusion bomb I'm trying to disarm.
Oh no.
And as you look over, he's got a kind of a messed up hand and trying to like doing bomb squad kind of thing, trying to disarm the power is off because it's rigged to this fusion bomb. I came in after the Marines left, and I'm trying to disarm this.
I don't have bomb defusal. I would rather see if there's a way to disconnect the bomb from the fusion reactor.
You have crew members that are certified in explosives.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will comms that saying, Captain, we either need to immediately withdraw before the ship blows up, or we need someone to deactivate this bomb connected to the main power drive.
Alice, handle it.
Okay, I don't remember if somebody had said that they were helping me get into my vac suit.
I'm assuming while all this was going on, you guys got in your vac suit. So now you basically new turn. Now that you guys have all kind of gone. So
Okay.
Like standing dramatically in the airlock as we get this message.
Okay, when Alice when this message comes through, Alice basically pushes her way through the other two and starts to lightly jog towards the engineering room because she has explosives and she obviously does not want to explode.
Yeah, it's kind of bad for your health. I hear.
Yes, it's very unfortunate for your future plans if you explode in a spaceship. So Alice makes her way over there, and then without even elaborating who or what she is, she looks kind of out of place considering she has a tail and ears, but she's a human.
Yeah,
But she immediately
the human engineer who's now laying sitting next to the fusion bomb as Anitas is checking it over, looks at you and like, I must be have lost too much blood, and kind of like oh shit, and leans up against the wall as they go into shock.
The first thing she tries to do is to determine like how sophisticated is this bomb, because like anybody can rig up some kind of explosive. Like how well made is this?
This is like manufactured tech level 14 fusion bomb.
Okay, so this is not like.
It's not improvised at all. It's legitimate military grade tech level 14 ordnance.
Okay.
No,
Okay, so if I understood this correctly from how you explained it, it's connected to the main power drive. So as long as that's not turned on, it's not going to explode.
Currently, right now, yes, it's tied to the power system of the ship. But there is, as the guy sitting there is like. There is a timer. I'm not sure how long it is. I just started working on it.
Okay, the first thing Alice tries to do is determine just how difficult it would actually be to disarm it and how much time they have.
All right, give me a explosives check. Explosives plus education. So what's your education bonus?
My education bonus is +2. That's a 12.
And what's your explosives?
+1. I have explosives 1.
Yeah, so give me 2d6 +3, and you're shooting for 8.
I already rolled a 9.
Okay, so
that would be a 12.
You have about I'd say 10 minutes until the bomb explodes on its own, and it's currently rigged. So if they turn the power on, it acts as a trigger to blow the fusion bomb. It basically looks like they're trying to blow up the ship and anybody else who comes and helps to the ship so it's been rigged. So when they render aid, it's going to blow.
Okay. Alice is going to relay to the party. I am not sure if we can disarm the bomb. However, we have 10 minutes to evacuate all surviving crew members from the ship if we want to not attempt to disarm the bomb and blow ourselves up.
Is there, I would like for Anitas to check to see if there's a way to disconnect the bomb from the drive so we can just throw the bomb out the airlock.
Okay, give me an engineering check. Go ahead. Sorry, you were going to say something?
I'm sorry, 11.
Oh, 11? Okay, there are 2 points that the fusion bomb is connected to the power grid. One is connected to your console. The other one is connected directly to the fusion reactor.
And Goat, what were you going to say?
Everyone who's not on the bomb defusal team, let's start evacuating any survivors from the ship.
Okay. I'll assume that's what you guys are doing while this is going. Give me what kind of justify a dice roll for finding survivors.
Recon
Okay, yeah, recon sounds good.
and recon.
Yeah, do that in the background while Nidus and Alice are defusing this bomb.
And I'm going to ask Alice if she can tell if removing the cables going to the reactor is going to detonate the bomb. Like, is there a dead man switch or like booby trap?
It looks like there is one, but you can deactivate it with a engineering or mechanic skill. You can bypass it, and if you fail, there's a chance it might go off.
Okay, I'm going to report this over the radio to Captain. Captain, Alice and I have discovered that we can try to get this bomb out of here, but there is a chance that we screw up and everything vaporizes.
Do it! And I rolled 9 for finding survivors and yoinking them out.
Yeah, you rolled a 9?
Yeah.
Okay, of the 12 crewmen on board the ship, you find 4 that are alive. That's the one in the hallway, one in the engineering. You find 2 more in the gunnery turrets,
All right.
gunner position.
What's everyone else doing during this time?
So
Sorry. So Denson is in the bridge. So first thing is he basically, since he can't work the computers because he's an idiot, he is now looking for a black box he can pull because he's heard bomb, nuclear, leaving.
Okay. Yeah, give me a recon check. Hey, where are you looking?
I'm checking under the tables, computer systems, etc., etc.
Okay.
So I rolled a 6 and no modifiers.
Okay. You do find a black box, but it's currently bolted underneath the seat of the captain's seat and not easily removed. You're going to need a toolkit to be able to remove it.
hey, ones.
Yes.
So I'm going to be keeping Ascoyup control up to date as to what's going on because all the crew's radios are going to be routed to the ship, and then the ship has the greater transmission. So I'm letting them know that not only are we rendering aid, but other responding ships should keep their distance because of the fusion bomb, and we don't want them to get hurt. We will keep them advised.
Roger that, Scar. We are currently dispatching a pinnace with a EOD team to your location.
A pin? How big is it?
You're not gonna get me with that one.
Yeah.
I wish we recorded that because I got you so good with that. That was fucking great.
You did.
Can you be arriving within the 10 standard minutes?
Current estimated time would be 15 from the station.
Do not bother. In 10 minutes, either disarm or boom.
Roger that.
So, I don't know if that's
You
full.
certainly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know if simply talking to them is my full action or not. If I can maybe be doing other things, I want to see if I can link the Scar's computer to their computer in order
Wouldn't
to
work. Power's
load
off.
logs. What?
It wouldn't work because the power on the ship is off.
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, never mind that.
you can use the Scar or link them up with the Scar, but not the other ship. The not
The
Gremlin
one
ship.
that we're rendering.
Has no power.
Yeah, okay. I missed that. So unless any of the other party needs me to respond to anything, I'll just be here on the bridge in case we need to make a fast getaway.
You hear a general broadcast come over all frequencies. Warning, there is currently a fusion bomb that is about to explode in location. Gives your location. All spacecraft be advised to stay away from this area. And kind of just giving out a general warning. And I believe who's up next? Who wants to go next? So we did Soviet failed his recon check. So Scar, you haven't done it. You're getting everybody off the ship. So
I'm assisting getting people off the ship. Unless you need my help elsewhere, I'm just going to do the humanitarian thing.
okay. And then so let's go to Anitas and Alice and the engineering and with the fusion bomb.
Okay. Short-term memory just disappeared for a second. Did I already disconnect the booby trap, or is that something that?
No, you haven't.
Okay.
No, we didn't get to that yet.
Is that something that's going to take an engineering check or an explosives check?
Either one could be justified.
is it something Alice could help me with?
Yes, you can do a teamwork test. So you nominate who is assisting. They roll. So Alice.
Okay, what's your engineering? Why my explosive is 1 and my education is 2?
My engineering power is 1, education is 2, so we're gonna get the same.
Okay, we're the same thing. I mean, at that point, it doesn't matter.
Go ahead and I'll assist, and that way you can focus on getting the bomb to the airlock, and I'll focus on getting the power back up so we can stabilize things and possibly get this ship moving away from the bomb.
Okay.
Okay, give me a engineering plus education.
And I'm doing explosive plus education, right?
And her effects will improve your whatever her effect is added to your dice roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a 10 too.
10. Okay, so you're +2 for your dice roll house. You rolled a 10, so you roll a 12.
No, that's 10 with everything on top.
You roll.
Or do you want me to say?
You roll 2d6.
Yeah.
Add your then you add whatever
Yeah,
your skill roll.
That's 10. Like I just say what my result with everything is instead of.
Then you got +2 from Anitas's assistance, so that gave you a total of 12.
Yeah.
So you got a really good effect on that. So you guys are able to disconnect both of the cables that are connected to the power grid. The fusion bomb is no longer connected to the power grid and is now movable, but rather heavy.
Captain, I am getting the power back up on the ship. The bomb has been disconnected, and Alice is going to try to get the bomb out of the ship.
Understood. Do you need assistance?
It is big and heavy.
Well, if there's no power on the ship, there should be no gravity apart from whatever acceleration it's undergoing.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
It's not accelerating as the engine.
Very good point. So never mind. So I'm going to restore power, but not gravity, so it's easier to get out of the ship.
Okay.
Do whatever woman's work you have to do.
Fucking Aslan. Okay. So how are you guys disposing of this fusion bomb? It's weightless. You're in 0G. So I would say to move it, I would ask for a vac suit plus dexterity or strength, whatever one is better for you guys.
I'm the one moving it, right?
Yes, I'm sticking behind and getting the power up so that there's not bulkheads in your way and that the airlock will work.
Okay. For that assistance roll, what would you for moving things? That would be dexterity plus, I'd say, unarmed combat.
Well, would I be assisting at all? I'm in engineering.
You're getting everything out of her way as she's
in engineering. Okay.
And where are you taking this fusion bomb? Are you launching it in a torpedo tube or out an airlock or what?
No, we're just going to basically try to find an airlock. Obviously, any other airlock that isn't the one we're docked to. And then, how big is the explosion radius, actually? Like, how far would this thing have to travel within 10 minutes?
It's a fusion bomb, so it's like not equivalent of an atomic bomb, but maybe a little bit bigger as it fuses instead of rips apart atoms.
So we'd need it to go, like,
really close.
Let's just say, like 50 to 100 kilometers from us for it to not blow us up.
That's nothing in space.
Yeah, but if I just push it out with my hand, it's not going to travel that far in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear what Aaron said.
Explosively decompress the airlock with the bomb.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which is part of why I'm getting the power back up so we can cycle the airlock.
Okay, that's what we'll do. And Alice is moving this bomb to the next airlock. I'm rolling. However, I have to warn everybody, I don't have any bonuses for this roll, but I also have no negatives.
Vac suit?
Yeah, I have vac suit 0.
Oh, okay. So when you said no bonuses, I thought you were going to be like -3 for not having the skill. So okay.
No, but I also don't have any bonus to dexterity. It's just 0.
You can try to justify something else. That's just kind of my default. I would suggest if you have some other combination that you
maybe it's athletics because she's trying to go fast.
Okay, yeah, I can take that.
Okay, but that would still be dexterity. But at least I get a +1 to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled. That's a 6.
6. Okay, so and remember your what was your effect, Anitas, for helping her?
Oh, you were going to have me do a dexterity also, just to try to maneuver. Or
dexterity plus hand-to-hand combat was what I was thinking, as you're pushing stuff out of the way. But I would also take athletics or vac suit. I'll let you figure out what. I'll let you justify what skill you want to use on this one and describe how you're helping her. I'll let you justify what skill you want to use on this one and describe how you're helping her.
I'll do vac suit and melee natural using my tail for leverage
Okay.
because I'm not very strong.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And
A little unorthodox
both
using 2 skills, but whatever.
oh, I thought that's what you were saying to do. No,
That is usually what it goes with, but I can totally see athletics and back suit working, so I'll accept that.
okay. Boxcars. 14.
Fucking hell. 14, so that's +6. You had a 6, so you roll a 12. You guys are able to get it to the airlock. You have 5 minutes remaining.
Oh, thank God. We shut the airlock and try to depressurize it so the bomb sucks out violently into space.
Overpressurize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overpressurized.
Yeah, give me an engineering check.
That's his job, not mine.
Her, but yes.
Yeah, sorry.
That's just going to be zeros, or would that be underpowered, or what? Like that's not a specific heading in engineering.
So
Honestly, I'll life support.
yeah, I'll take life support.
Okay, that'll be at 0 then.
And plus your education.
Yep. 6. I mean, 6.
Okay, you want to help Anna or not, Alice? Excuse me.
Sure, how would I be helping? I'm not sure. Because my Alice is not very good at like engineering. That's not her. She's a mechanic, but she doesn't know how.
Are you good at computers, maybe? And
Or electronics.
okay.
Yeah, I have electronics.
Okay, electronics. You're overriding the safety settings on the airlock so that it
The airlock goes
depressurizes the whole way.
currently with your 6. It goes. I'm sorry. That is a wow. I cannot talk right now. A hazard to life. I cannot. In good conscience allow that order to stand.
Law 1.
It's like that
Running
video
on
with the
ASMR,
self-conscious
robotic
airlock.
bots.
One at a time.
Okay, I'll roll on electronics.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a 5.
Okay. You made it worse by 3, so that 6 becomes a 3. And hold on, I have a helicopter flying over. The computer goes, I'm sorry, due to your dangerous request, I'm going to have to lock this airlock. You no longer have access to it. Have a nice day.
Oh, no.
Oh great.
How many more airlocks?
The fusion goes from 5 minutes to 4 minutes.
Oh God.
And sorry, what was your question?
How many airlocks are on this ship?
Well,
It's one
currently
per
the
one.
fusion bomb is locked inside the airlock, so you'd have to get the fusion bomb out. I would.
Okay, I'm gonna do a mechanical release for the airlock check, please.
Okay. You could also try to hop on the ship and burn to get out of there.
Yeah, we pulled everyone out of the ship. It's still a huge loss for the local government because this shit's expensive, but we saved all the lives.
I got an 8.
Okay, the door goes open and is there? You gonna try to dispose of the fusion bomb or get out of there?
Oh no, I thought I was doing the emergency purge mechanical release from the inside of the ship for that airlock because you'd think there would be mechanical override.
You're trying to open the other.
Open that.
Yes. Okay. It opens, but the due to it not being pressurized, it just kind of floats out the airlock, and the timer as it starts floating, and you can barely see it as it rotates out of your view, goes from 4 to 3.
Well, damn.
Alice legs it. she
doesn't say anything to it.
she turns around.
Just gonna look,
Grabs-
sees it, and just runs.
No, she grabs. Well, wait, no, we can't leg it. We're in 0G.
You
She
do have
grabs
mag locks
her-
on your boot, so you can run.
Okay, just for the decision-making purposes, I've got power back on, right? Is the
Yes.
ship so damaged that when I was in engineering, I could tell that the main drive wouldn't come up?
You didn't check. Due to the from what you saw from the damage, the engines were heavily damaged on the ship.
Okay. Well, damn. Yep, I guess we're hoofing it out.
So I'm in the bridge right now, looking out the window. I just see this nuke gently floating outside the window.
Okay, I thought you were already headed back to the ship. Yeah, so yeah, you see, as a ship rotates, you see a fusion bomb outside the bridge with the second counter starting to count down, and it's got less than 3 minutes.
Anadis, how big are you?
They're kind of about half the size of a human, I think, or a third.
Okay, instead of letting them run themselves, Alice actually just grabs them.
I think I have a better back suit rating than you.
I have athletics. I'm
Okay.
running.
So you just pick up Adidas and like a gym bag and start huffing it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Give me a athletics check. And Sav, what are you doing on the bridge as you see a fusion bomb fly past the window?
Running in. Why is there a fusion bomb floating outside the window?
I rolled a 10.
Shit, yeah, you're hoofing it good. So let me finish up Sav's scene here.
Just ask, like, why is there a fusion bomb floating outside the window, and why is it ticking down?
Be thankful it's not inside the ship. Get out of there. Or get the ship out of there. Power's restored. You're at the bridge.
I make one last attempt to see if I can actually do something with the ship. Like,
Alright.
either just turn the engines on.
Yeah, as your as the computer hears you talking, the interface changes from from drawing to Anglic, and it looks like you have full control of the ship.
I punch full throttle.
No, you don't.
We're still connected.
We're
Both ships.
docked.
That would kill us
You
all.
roll with the ship because you're docked, but yeah. So
How
I'll leave you.
strong is the hull seal? Like, is it just an umbilical or is it a hard seal?
It's you guys have an umbilical right now.
I'm just gonna radio pop the umbilical, go full throttle.
Who's on board the Scar with me? Chrome?
Uh,
Chrome, make it so.
So here's an idea. If we can then link the SCAR's computers to the other computers, we can fire our engines together like they did in the Expanse, and we can get out there.
We have no time.
Yeah, you guys have like 2.5 minutes to do this. We need to get out of the ship and run.
Well, if Chrome, because remember Chrome's listening in on your comms. So while you guys are doing that, she could be already thinking like this is going sideways and getting it going. So I'll allow you to do a computer check to link the computers. And
Got pilot school. Could I actually verbally say starting acceleration 2G in 3, 2, 1?
yeah, that'll go. So I'm gonna both of you guys give me a piloting check. And it'll work if you guys get I'm going to give you a -1 for that. So you're shooting for 9.
Yeah, so if we match acceleration, we don't need to link the computers. We can just
Yeah.
both basically accelerate at the same rate.
And I've got spacecraft.
Does
three,
anybody
so-
want to assist them? Currently,
I'm not going
Alice
to do
and
this, but I am going to encourage Chrome.
do you have leadership? If you have leadership, you can roll leadership, and then you can add during that encounter, you can add that many effect to anybody's dice roll with your
Yeah,
expired
so-
leadership.
Yep, +1. So I just say steady as she goes.
So you guys get a +1. So +1 -1, you're shooting for 8, and you can't
Wow.
do an assist check. I'm not sure if there's anybody who can assist right now. I'm not like CJ. What are you doing?
I'm not sure there's much I can assist with in this.
Like I think you're giving medical aid in the cargo.
Yeah, just medical aid. I can do another medical aid roll.
You're good. I'm going to say you hand wavium and say you stabilize everybody. So I'm just trying to think of a way you guys can get some more help on this. I don't want to TPK in like session 1.
I am down for TPK session 1.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
My piloting roll is 11.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Well, +3 for spacecraft.
What was your total roll?
So 14.
14. Oh, damn. You guys nail it. So as you guys synchronize thrust at the same time, give me a piloting roll as the fusion bomb blows and the energy wave hits your ships as you flying through the vacuum of space and get hit by this giant explosion. You know the little wave, like when the Death Star blows up, that little energy wave that goes out in the remake? Yeah, you're getting hit by one of those.
Oh boy, here comes surfing. Rolled an 8.
Okay, you're able to maintain the rule of man era ship, the Terran ship, and Chrome. What was your roll?
9.
9. Okay, you guys were didn't rip open the umbilical, and I will leave the scene to you guys as you figure out the aftermath of this.
We're all like shaking in our seats on the bridge like Star Trek. Like sparks shoot out of panels for no reason.
Captain, would you please inform me who is responsible for wasting a nuke?
Alice got knocked into a wall, and for that matter, Anatus did too, because we were still on our way to the other ship.
And I guess BWAP are a bit bigger. Aaron posted they're about 1.4 meters tall on average.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're little guys.
Smaller, but not as small as I thought. I thought they were droid size, like small droid size, but I guess not. All right.
All right, sound off. Is everyone alive?
Yes.
I already
All
checked.
right.
Everybody's okay.
A glorious victory for us honorable warriors. Droin, work out the details. The government probably wants to talk to us about this.
All right, you got a comms incoming transmission.
On screen.
There's a droid warrior in the Growlin defense uniform. What is the your situation report?
He just
Did you
like
survive?
for like one of the executives to tell him.
What?
What is your situation report? We registered a fusion explosion near
There was a
vicinity.
bomb on board the ship. It has been thrown into space. Your spacecraft is damaged but intact. How many survivors do we have?
I just put in the thing 0 survivors.
He has
What?
like 4
No,
survivors.
we brought some aboard.
Yeah, we have 4
I'm
survivors.
mistaken, there are no survivors. We're claiming salvage.
We are not claiming salvage on a warship in their own system. They will kick our ass. Let's just take the rescue fee.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
That would be very stupid.
I'm just looking very disabled.
Robert, how many survivors do we have? Robert.
Robert was on the bridge. He doesn't know.
He was in the cargo.
No, I wasn't survivors, but I didn't.
He's getting
They
first aid to the
came-
survivors.
We
He has 4 in total.
four survivors.
Yeah,
four
we have 4 survivors in stable condition.
Roger that. We're going to be sending a medical pinnace to recover our personnel. Please meet with we have a request of the assemblage to meet on the moon of Ascoya. They're currently they still have some. They had a raid on the planet where if you could find out what's going on, as we have no communication and currently no vessels to be able to make it outside of Pinnace. So you are the closest vessel. If you could give us a situation report of the moon, we'd appreciate it.
Acknowledged. You're en route.
Wait, are we going to take their entire ship there, or are we going to drop that off with them first?
We'll send recovery vessels to retrieve our ship.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're just gonna move and meet them in the middle.
And so you're basically your guys are closer to the moon than any of their vessels, and they what they want you to do is find out what the situation is on the moon.
Sure.
They
Great.
also give you a contact, which is your leader of leaders that you know, your ally.
All right.
If you could secure the assemblage personnel, what's the name of your leader of leaders?
I don't think we came up with one.
Aaron, do you know the name of your leader of leaders?
No,
Not sure what
Because
you're supposed to
I
sound.
know that I needed to have one. Give me a moment, though.
Yeah, I was hoping the 2 people that know how to say droid names would actually have something handy.
I will.
Okay,
for
yeah.
sure.
I've got one for an enemy. I'll just use that one, and I'll come up with a different name.
I have an idea.
So, ones you're not going to be able to pronounce it because you've been horrible at owning pronunciation.
It's one thing about being dyslexic. It's hard to.
Trephus Bicthoy.
Preface Picthoy.
Close enough.
If you can get the assemblage member, cancel Pictroy, and ensure their safety, we would much appreciate that. We'll pay. We'll think of a good price here. 200,000 credits for their safe retrieval.
He just turns. Scar just turns to the Bwop. It's like, is that sufficient?
I'm going to go ahead and do an admin roll to determine whether or not I can squeeze out more fees based on regulations.
Okay. I'll give you a plus 10,000 for every effect. Because they're not
Well-
really one to. But I'll leave it just 200, no negatives.
Was that an education roll or an intelligence roll?
I would say so, because you're in a social account.
I got a 3.
Oof.
Okay. I'm sorry we don't have time. I'm not authorized to negotiate, nor do I have the authority to do so.
All right, we'll meet you at the rendezvous point.
He's also a Reaver drawing, so he doesn't really have the cognizant capability of doing so.
All right.
He's not smart enough.
Well-
He's not an accountant. He's a warrior. Let's take a little break real quick. All right, so we got everybody back. Anybody not here? Okay. All right, we're going to open up after that break. You guys are headed to the moon. You guys just decoupled from the old Terran ship, and how do you proceed from here?
Sorry to interrupt. Quickly before we decouple, is there any way I can search the dead Marine in the bridge?
Yes, give me a recon check.
7.
All right. As you find the kukri that's stuck in the captain, you do find a digital ID kind of chip that's attached to a shoulder or like a armband, and you find a few Soleimani. He has a Soleimani Gauss rifle with some extra ammo, and that's
Okay.
Hey,
that's
that's what I use.
Say again.
That's what I use.
Yeah, these guys.
Definitely not a Soleimani spy. No one is onto you, but
I have a Gauss rifle with me.
Yeah, so it's one that's commonly used by the Soleimani military. He has a ID attached to an armband, and he currently has combat armor on.
An armband, you say? Is there a symbol on it?
This is like in the military how they have those little armbands. You can
Yeah.
just kind of There's not a little Soleimani emblem on it. No,
There's not a little Terran cross on it.
no, not a little Terran cross on it. That would be funny though. He also has trying to think of something cool on him. He also has pictures. Looks like a little paper that has like kind of like adjectives on it, and has a picture of some coins that have like drawing kind of artwork on them.
Ooh, coin.
Hello.
Why?
My attention you have.
Yeah, it's
I want that combat armor.
gonna strip the combat armor off him. Where you go?
Put my cigar out in his brain case.
His head got blown apart by a Gauss shot from the captain. So that's
Stump then. Just put the cigar out the next stump and start stripping the armor and just hand it over to our Aslan captain. We brought stuff. As is procedure, handing it to the captain.
Right, so go ahead and put a Soleimani.
This is money, and he gives it. Like, wait, no, that's a coin, and he gives it to Chrome.
Yeah, well, they're not. It's just pictures of a set of. You would identify that Aaron as a very important cultural relic from your moon. They're the coins that the leaders of leaders are usually used for their casting ceremony. Very important drawing use.
So wait, this is a complete set of 36 coins?
It's a
picture of them. It's a part of like the so it kind of like you can look at that and kind of identify some kind of like adjective, like that's kind of like a identification kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand. This is our high value target. Get one of these. Yeah. Okay.
And I was briefing the captain saying this appears to be what they were looking for. Here is their orders.
And it's written in Anglic. It's saying on there it basically just kind of gives like if you identify these any of these coins, acquire them by any means necessary, and just kind of general order kind of thing. And
it doesn't say who sent it.
No, it's just kind of just like a little from their chain of command and down. It didn't say like our person who hired us. It didn't say anything like that on it. Just identify this is our target for anybody or any personnel who sees them, acquire them by any means necessary.
All right.
And Chrome would know that those are specific coins used on our moon for the casting of usually very high people in their society, and are held in the old rule of man consulate from back in the thousands of years ago.
Okay, so these aren't just regular coins; these are like antiques.
They're from what you know is they've been there probably since they've been there since the rule of man, and we're you would know these because they're a cultural icon of your cultural object of your people. You know that they were given to the drawing of your moon by the old rule of man when they still had contact before it fell, and have been used in the casting ceremonies of very important drawing of your world. Also, the old rule of man consulate building is where the drawing tend to do most of their important rituals of leadership and political government work at. It was given to the drawing of your moon as a sign of friendship between the rule of man and the drawing of your moon.
Okay, so it's our version of perhaps not the Declaration of Independence, but perhaps the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
given to us by foreign power, and it's very important to us culturally and historically. Okay,
I'll let you explain it to them in character if you need to, but the scene's your guys.
So Chrome starts talking about the use of quinacin in droid society, and it sounds like a lot of mystic nonsense to you. The closest equivalent that you, the players, might know about is imagine if all major decisions in society were determined by throwing I Ching.
Yeah, or tarot readings.
Yeah, and it's
And
just like
rolling bones.
yeah, exactly. And so we will find out what this mystic oracle tells us what to do, and that's what we do. And for drawing, it works out most of the time.
And these coins are the most important set on your planet. And Saab, you just come in with a bunch of bloody body armor and kukri, Soleimani Gauss rifle.
Literally just drop it in the deck in front of the captain and just be salvage.
Excellent.
Salvage.
It is yours to keep. I don't think my hands fit around that little itty-bitty pistol grip anyway.
I just kind of pick up the rifle and go, ugh. Okay.
Yeah, this particular model kind of looks like an SA-80 bull.
Oh, yeah.
I just literally go, whoever wants the power armor and the rifle, go take it.
It's combat armor.
I'll take them. I'll take them. Alice nonchalantly grabs both the armor and the rifle, and then proceeds to go back to wherever she's sleeping to clean the armor, and she basically disassembles the rifle to use as spare parts because she already has one.
All right.
She seems very adept at using that, almost like she has experience with it.
Yeah. Interesting.
I spent some time in Soleimani's space. I had to get used to what they were using.
You got used to using military grade power combat armor and a Gauss rifle.
Alice just shrugs and walks away.
Also, out of character, a Gauss rifle is a terrible idea to use on ship.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care about collateral damage.
Yeah.
And if it's not jump capable, there's not a huge fuel tankage, so there's not that much chance you'll hit a fuel main and blow everything up.
In a game I ran many years ago, the entire party was one-off, brought Gauss rifles for a attempted capture on a Class A high port.
Oh no!
It went very badly for the high port.
Did they shoot the entire port apart?
They shot a good part of it apart. There was a large scale evacuation, and high ports are very population dense.
All right, Chrome, you will be taking point on this debrief with the leader of leaders.
Remember, they don't have any communication with the moon right now, so the situation is unknown. So you're being hired to find and secure the assemblage member.
Oh, okay. So we got to evac them. We have to track them. Is that it?
All communication has ceased from the moon so far.
Okay.
But they're not communicating at all.
No.
Okay.
Alice, when you're done messing around with that new gun, give me a scan of the moon.
Okay, Alice gets done disassembling and putting away the spare parts on the. How much ammo was with that gun? On the guy.
I would say you have 3, so 12 reloads plus 1 in the magazine, so 13 in total. Magazines in total. Yeah, that's what I carried when I was in the army. I carried.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of that.
I can just add that to the ammo I already have, right?
Yeah. Gauss.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Alice scans the.
All right, give me a sensor check. You're gonna get something. This will just determine how much you get.
Is that electronics and endurance? Education.
You.
Yeah,
Endurance
education.
would be maybe if we're like watching it.
Yeah, no, I know. I misspoke.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
That's a 9.
Okay, on the 9, there's only one settlement on this joint settlement on the world. It's you've definitely, as you're scanning this, there has been a battle. There's a few craters in different parts of the area, and there's currently still from what you get on this on the old Rule of Man console, there's currently a firefight between droid warriors and a element of something.
There's still a firefight going on.
Yes, there is still a firefight going on. It looks like they might have left somebody behind, or a group behind.
It seems like a remnant of the attackers is still on the planet.
Yeah, and the old communication building that accommodates in-system communication has been blown. It looks like it was a shot from orbit and destroyed, which is why they don't have communication.
It is likely that they are still trying to find what the coins or the high-value target they are looking for, while their ship has jumped out of the system to not get attacked. Alice is using her knowledge of how Solsec and the Navy operate to determine what they might be doing.
Well, hang on. If they're still on the moon,
Yes.
Then there must be another spacecraft nearby to extract them, unless this is some kind of botched retreat and the broadsword ran away like a coward.
Or they're simply waiting out a system to come back.
Well, it takes a week each way to jump. That's a long time.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Valley
Out of
Peruvian.
character. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No matter how far
can
you jump, it only takes a week in jump space, roughly.
Can I determine whether or not there's another ship somewhere
Give me a sensor
that might
check.
be lurking? Okay, so same roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
All right, 12. That's a really good roll. You don't pick up any other spacecraft in the vicinity. There seems, but you do pick up a destroyed shuttle that's slowly falling to the moon.
It seems like there was that there's a Soleimani shuttle that is currently in a deteriorating orbit around the moon.
It seems like a botched operation then.
Hey, GM, how finely can the Scar's laser turrets target? Can they target, say, man-sized
No.
personnel?
They can with a big penalty.
Yeah, and how big your lasers are, you're gonna even if you hit the target, you're gonna be taking out a larger area. You can't just. It's not like
Yeah, it would be an area of effects.
Hmm.
But it's possible. It's just okay. What's the environment on the moon? Like, does it have an atmosphere?
Yes,
Yes, it
it's
does.
a very warm Earth-like planet.
Okay, it's just so low gravity, but it has a standard breathable.
Yeah, standard breathable atmosphere, a little bit hotter than Earth standard.
Okay, all right.
Considering that they're on a planet and they're still in an active firefight in a settlement, I don't think we should be shooting at it with the laser cannons on our ship.
Yep, it wouldn't be precise enough. We do collateral damage. Okay.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we're going to okay, all right. Sensors, find us a place to land. Chrome, bring us in. I want someone on the. I'll stay on the turrets in case something happens. Everyone else, put on the best armor and guns you have, and get ready to jump out of the ship.
All right.
Sound good?
Armored Captain it is.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking we just jump in, give covering fire while we bring the leader of leaders in, and then get out. And the warriors and shit can sacrifice themselves. They're ready to do that.
Right.
I mean, they're willing to sacrifice, sure, but we should try and save as many as possible.
I mean, do you want to risk yourself further?
So you're asking if a communal alien
Yeah, no,
wants
I'm
to risk
for
life
Chrome. No.
for other members of his species? Yes.
Yeah, Chrome. This is like the trolley problem, but for everyone else, maybe not so much.
I don't think the lives of the warriors on the planet are worth us risking our lives for them.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. What kind of okay, so everyone would be able to have snub pistols and cutlasses minimum because that's in the
what kind of weapons are we even allowed to bring on this planet without being
it's a war zone. We can bring whatever we want.
Cool.
We're literally been hired as mercs. They're not gonna ding us for saving. It's like, oh, we need the A team. You need to save the president. It's like, oh, well, you violated the magazine capacity ban in California.
No, it's like we're going in, we're doing shit. Next question. How long would it take me to actually make the combat armor wearable? Because obviously some other person was in it and got shot up.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be like fitting to my person. Specifically since okay.
We don't have time for that.
Okay.
So Alice, you have a Gauss rifle, right?
Yes, I have a Gauss rifle. I have a GCW. Yep.
Yeah. CJ, you have a fucking fencing foil. CJ?
He's dead, Jim.
CJ is kill.
CJ's on a phone call.
I think he said he's doing something, yeah.
Aaron, you have
I have a stunner.
All right.
You told me to get the Chad stunner over the Virgin laser pistol.
Yeah, I just have this I should counting up all the get a tally of all the weapons. Just Chrome the little drawing just jumps up. I get a stunner.
Yeah.
I was with the fucking Gauss rifle, be like, I got this. Don't worry about it, little guy.
Yeah. And everyone else that doesn't specifically have any other weapons, you should at least be able to get a snub pistol.
No pistol or base shotgun out of the weapons locker.
Oh hell yeah!
I have a stun stick and a stun pistol.
There you go. Security mode.
In
So GM, I have.
Sorry. In character
GM,
generation. Sorry.
Let's start with Aaron and then Sov.
So I have a 12 on my landing, so we should be able to come in hot and avoid any incoming fire.
Okay, I assume you let you're kind of broadcasting to the locals, like, don't shoot us. And I'll say there's
Yeah.
a good, there's a park not too, like, across the street from the old consulate that has like a, kind of like this little, like, whole bunch of propaganda statues about droid society and left over from the actual rule of man. It has a picture of one of the old rule of man emperors in front of it. I forgot the name of the last emperor off the top of my head.
They
Yakov?
had more than one. They had like 2 emperors at the end. It was like the Pope, anti-Pope sort of situation.
They had there were 2 rules of man for a while, but there's one that was specifically lasted a little bit longer. It's considered I could pull up my script and actually just look.
We don't recognize it.
You don't recognize it.
Yeah,
It's
Some
years old.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
When I put the ship down, I'm going to make sure that the
And
airlock
at you.
on the airlock is on the other side of the Soleimani fire team, so that the crew can then disembark while the ship's hull is able to provide both cover and concealment for them.
Okay, excellent, good idea. As you're getting closer, you can tell that it looks like there's a standoff as from the consulate and the droid warriors who are outside of kind of just they have some kind of elements like are kind of at a fucking wow, I cannot talk, a standoff between the mercenary element that's inside the consulate and kind of like come out with your hands up kind of like situation going on. There's a bunch of droid vehicles and warriors that are what are the guardians who are kind of holding off, and then there's the main warriors who kind of have like a SWAT team that's on that's trying to get ready and to go in, but they're not going in yet for some reason. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and as you guys land, one of the droid military leaders is coming up to your ship as you're coming down the ramp, your boarding ramp. Who are you and what is the situation in space?
So I will be happy to introduce in proper Oinprith the crew and what's going on. I'm not going to do it in character, but
Right,
I
that's
will
fine.
explain that we are the crew of the Scar. We are the ones who responded to the ship that had been damaged, and we had been asked by warrior such and such to investigate. And so
Yes, we currently the assemblage member is currently being held hostage by these Soleimani mercenaries within the consulate. Another team has been able to evac, but we're able to disable this team's shuttle. They're currently asking for a shuttle, a jump capable ship to get out of system, and they'll let the assemblage member out alive. We currently our leaders are unavailable as they're currently being held hostage with the assemblage member, aka the droid have kind of like lost their ability to make decisions because they're all being held right now hostage.
well, I mean, warriors are able to make tactical level decisions, but yeah, without a leader to advise them, they lack a lot in the strategic department.
Yeah, they're not sure if it's worth the risk.
It's not even that. It's just they're so used to deferring that well, think of it like a corporal or a buck sergeant. In combat, you know roughly who to shoot at, but when it comes to maneuvering coordinating with other units, it's like, I don't know, I've never done this before.
All right.
They lack the capability of negotiation right now because all their leaders are being held.
All right. Well, we have 2 diplomats here. Maybe we could try to negotiate.
Yes, if you could. The assemblage has sent you, so you're authorized to negotiate on our behalf. And the droid looks a little bit relieved that somebody's there to actually make the decisions.
All right. Alice, Robert.
We can certainly try to negotiate. Do you have a comm line to the hostage takers, or how have you been communicating so far?
He hands you a megaphone. Yes, they took
away from
communications on planet, so we're unable to make any electronic communication. So we've been using this. I believe the people of humanity call them a megaphone.
Okay, Alice thinks that using a megaphone to negotiate is absolutely ridiculous. What check would I have to roll to see if I can't hack into their communications for, maybe I know something?
Certainly,
I don't think it's
the
advanced
droid
enough for
don't
us to
have
do that.
communications, but you do have the skull.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they remember the mercenaries took out the on-world communications.
Okay, then I
Yeah,
guess the
so we
question
could
is,
get in. Someone with comms can get in the Scar and try to listen for their radio signals.
okay, then Alice will try to do that before she steps up and tries to negotiate with them while she's in plain view, because it's just technically a really bad idea.
Okay, give me a comms check as you
Okay.
scan for radio frequencies.
I rolled, that's a 12.
Okay, yeah, you're making some good rolls today. So as you're scanning through the frequencies, you just kind of hit the kind of like the search button on a walkie-talkie and find a frequency, and you hear, for some reason these droid are not talking to each other. What's the plan here? Our sensor said the kukri jumped out already. Looks like we're not going to be able to have support from the main unit. Do these primitives even have a jump capable ship to get us out of there? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Alice interrupts the broadcast and
cool.
says, they were mercenaries, right?
Yeah, they're Gurkhas.
Gurkhas?
Gurkhas.
Okay.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of there's a saying about Gurkha is if a man says he's afraid of death, there's only two. He's either lying or a Gurkha.
Alice interrupts the that they're chattering. This is Alice Nakatomi of R.A.V.E.N. We have come to assist the droid in retaking their leadership. We can do this the easy or the hard way. You have no way to leave the planet, and your friends in orbit have left you behind because they ran away from us.
Yeah, we've picked that up on sensors, but what's going to keep you guys from just killing us? What we want is safe passage off planet to any system outside the Growlin Union.
Are we?
Well,
just a quick question: is the ship still landed, or did it drop these guys off and we're back?
Yeah, it's the broadsword that we saw at the start.
Yeah, the broadsword, named the Kukri, was jumping out of system befuse the ship.
So
I was going to say our response is level something near them, and so we mean business.
Yeah, they're asking for basically they want passage off world, safe passage off world.
Well, I can't guarantee your safe handling by the local authorities, but I can certainly guarantee that we can get you off planet if you do as we say. Because after all, nobody here wants to spill more blood, and you will not survive parleying with us in combat.
That's a very interesting choice of words there.
If you can give us a good guarantee that we can make it to a safe system out of here, we're willing to give up the what do you call these guys? Droid. We're willing to give up these droid prisoners.
These are
Alice cuts the comms and asks the crew, can we do that? Like, should we just kill them? Comms are off so they don't hear that, or should we?
We must uphold it. We're honorable warriors.
These are mercenaries, right?
Yes, they're
mercenaries.
Do they have repatriation chits?
Yes, good question.
Ask them.
Alice asks if they have repatriation ships.
Yes. Our bloodshed.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a little like if found, please return to, and here's a reward.
Yeah, it's like a ransom coupon.
Okay, so basically we can take these guys and bring them to whoever owns them, and then we'll get paid.
Yeah, our unit will pay a reward of 10,000 each.
Okay.
All right.
So I assume how many of you are held up in this bill? It was the consulate, right?
Yeah, we currently have a fire team in the consulate, enough to do it to hold out as long as we can. But we'd rather not have to fight if we don't have to.
Okay, I know how many those are. How many are that? What number is that? Can we carry that? Four. Okay.
We can carry them short term in the Scar, and then we can lock them in quarters on the patrol corvette once we pick it up.
You can even put them in low berth.
Yeah, or we can stick them in the low berths. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. We can guarantee your safe passage off the planet.
Don't say that. Don't say safe passage. Say we will guarantee them passage off world. Don't mention safe. Don't mention to a planet. We will get them off world.
Okay. Do you just want to take over the rest of the communications with them?
No. This is just weasel words here because we can't go back on our word. I want the space. That's nice.
We can definitely get you off world.
Hey, how are you guys going to guarantee that the locals don't interfere with us? You said you're another merc unit, R.A.V.E.N. I haven't heard of you guys yet.
What should I respond?
We have our own ship, our own passage. You will be under our protection.
We have our own ship, and we can protect you.
All right.
Only provided they give up immediately.
Provided that you give up, and we can take back the local leadership.
All right. We hold local leadership until we jump out of system.
Unacceptable.
No,
That is not acceptable.
That they just say that like the locals will shoot us if we try to take the leadership off world.
If we take the leadership off world with you or even without you, the locals will shoot us and destroy our ship. So you have to give up the local leadership if you want to leave the planet alive.
What guarantee do we have that that this is going to be honored?
This
Our-
is Scar. You have the word and honor of an honorable Aslan warrior. We breathe.
Give me a persuasion plus. Don't you have a stat for honor?
No.
Being
The
Aslan?
closest would be social standing or EDU if I want to go on convention.
Yeah, give me a social plus persuasion.
Okay. 7.
7. Does anybody want to assist?
Alice, okay.
I'll assist.
Is there something? Okay, go ahead.
I'll assist because A, I'm a Navy guy. B, I've got leadership. So can I assist using leadership?
Yeah, coaching
Yes.
me.
That's actually perfect. You're technically supposed to call an assist before the roll, but leadership can be done afterwards. So that would be the one to use.
Okay, so leadership. So I've got 2 leadership. Do I need to make a roll for it or?
It's 2d6
Yeah.
plus leadership plus what stat are you adding to that? I'd probably say social.
Social, so that is 40, so plus 2, so I rolled an 11 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2, so
Damn, you're fucking Captain Picard and the shit out of this.
13.
13. Okay, that would be an effective 5. So that'd be 5 plus 7, which will push you up to a 12. Okay, we'll accept those terms if we can get a contract stating as such.
We have a
Yeah, we have we instruct him to say we guarantee them getting off world, but we make no things about them. We will not harm them directly. Just all the weasel words that you can get out of
you surrender.
Yeah.
Anitas has been documenting this all up in a pre-prepared guarantee document. It's not a contract; it's a document, but it is like.
Well, we need a legally binding term agreement.
Exactly.
Well, you have a repatriation bond. We'll just cash that.
But
Well, I do want to point out. I do want to point out that we are unlikely to be paid via repatriation bond if we kill them. So we can do the appeal to greed that we're mercenaries. You're not any worth to us dead. You're worth money alive.
Out of character, you can also just say, "Hey, we'd hope you'd do the same for us when we took a bad contract. You got your chips. We'll take care of you."
The other thing is we could also make money on what they're wearing, as in their equipment. So
We're not randomly killing these guys just for their equipment.
Bring your BWAP and your legally binding agreement into the consulate, and we'll negotiate there.
No, you come out. We're not going to become more hostages.
We can meet in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. We'll send a guy out to meet you in the middle.
Yeah, send an officer to surrender his sword.
Now we
I want the
currently
human sword.
our currently highest ranking member is a sergeant. Will that do?
That will have to do.
All right. So as you guys meet over there, there's a Soleimani Gurkha soldier who comes out to negotiate. They bring one of the tables from inside. It's droid size, so it's a little smaller than what would be quite. And I know the warriors can be about the size of a human, but given that this is mainly the leaders that use this building, they're going to be a little smaller.
Uh-huh.
You guys look like adults sitting at the kids' table.
Hopefully, my tail doesn't get stuck in the tail hole.
Your BWAP are a little bit smaller, so you'd probably be about the size of one of the leaders because the leaders aren't super small like the drones.
Well, don't have tails, so we've got accommodations for that. No worries.
Well,
Yeah,
I
there's-
just assumed that your tails might be of different size since I was 1.5 meters and you were saying or you know what I was trying to say, just the scale.
Well, I mean, some droid can be up to 2 meters. So,
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, some of the warriors get pretty big.
Well, then I take that back.
But yeah, so you probably fit perfect for this table, being a BWAP, which are a little bit smaller than humans. Same with the leaders of droids. So okay, yeah. So we're supposed to be negotiating here. Can I check out the contract and what exactly is said in the contract? last part was how does this contract read? Make sure we're actually safe.
Anita goes through the whole giant ritual of first declaring who she is, who she works for, how she's authorized for this, what planet they're on, the full array of BWAP legality. And then she says, and as per our conversation that was over loudspeaker a moment ago, we went through guaranteeing that we will take you off planet if you surrender your token chips to us. We will make sure to honor them. We will. This is all provisional to you immediately surrendering your hostages and surrendering your arms to us for the duration of the repatriation off this planet or off this moon, and we will reserve the right to revoke safe passage if any of your members displays hostility to the locals or our crew.
All right, give me a negotiation check. You got a 7, so you need a 7 or higher.
Can I support him on this one?
Yes.
9 plus 4, 13.
13? Oh, damn. Okay. So you get a +5 on top of whatever you already get.
And this should be is negotiation under diplomacy or under?
I can take diplomacy. This is probably
Actually, I'm going to do this under admin because I'm reading out the various legalities to things.
Okay, that makes sense. Since you're going over the paperwork, and this guy's a Gurkha sergeant, so he's not too good at this paperwork stuff.
Okay, I got a 9.
Okay, you got an effective 2 from the. As you reach through, it's like most of this seems pretty good. One thing on equipment, he says we need to give up our equipment.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, your equipment can pose a significant personal, legal, and material threats to both the planet and our crew. So you absolutely must.
I know she was giving up the equipment outside of our kukri, which is a ceremonial that we can't give up.
Given that she is very ceremonial and everything, she just looks to the captain just to verify that she can authorize adding that to the paper, but otherwise she doesn't see anything wrong with it.
I mean, Scar's not afraid to get in a knife fight because he's an Aslan, but he has knives built into his hands.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is a human thing. What do you think, Captain?
I just nod. Just quietly nod. Just, yeah, carry on.
So we're going to let them keep their knives?
Yeah.
I make a show of adding it to the document like it's a given already anyway.
In exchange, they lose their armor.
Yeah, well, they already said they're willing to give up the other equipment.
Armor, okay, that's fine then. I just thought it was on it.
So this would be 13 magazines each of Gauss, SA-80, Soleimani Gauss rifle, and combat armor.
Let's vent the guns, not the guys.
Yeah, the SA-80 looks cool, but yeah.
Even in the far future, the SA-80 still exists, and it's still bad.
But man, do they look cool, though. It's very tactical, but not...
Actually, the L85, the A2 is to shoot. The A3 I've heard is also really, really good. It's like this is the older, it's like the initial ones, which have just got such a terrible reputation.
Yeah, I was able to...
I got a call. A friend of mine got screwed over by their landlords.
Great. So yeah, I was able to cross-train on an SA-80 when I was in Iraq. It was a lot of fun, but I keep my M4.
Yeah, everyone will keep their M4. It's also, you want to know what the buy price of one of those is?
What is it?
UK Gov pays at least 3,500 before attachments.
Wow, that's a lot.
So about what, $4,000?
Yeah. It's I think a pound's like what, $1.50.
Yeah, about $1.20.
I ride old Italian scooters, so I wind up buying a lot of scooter parts from the UK. So I generally keep up on the exchange rate there. So all right, back to the game. So you updated the for the kukri and any other things that might be snuck in there. He rolled a 7 on his admin check for reading it over, so he's not going to be catching a lot of it. But what specifically Weasley things are you putting in there, just for my own GM knowledge?
Unless they were things that Scar privately directs to Anitas. And
I'm not concerned with the details.
Exactly, like it is above board as is.
Okay. All right. So
One final thing.
yes.
That they surrender themselves to the law of the captain of the vessel while they're in our custody.
Yeah, they're surrendering to you, not the local government.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, that is definitely in the provisional documentation of we are taking custody of you.
So out of character, that basically means under maritime law, especially since it's a combat ship we're on, captain's word is God. Captain has got complete control legally.
Yeah, they're going to be in an icebox for their trip, so they're not going to have that many opportunities to stab us.
I would say bunk them in an airlock and just, if they mess anything up, just open the door.
Yeah, you got low berths on the botany.
Yeah, we can actually stick them in the low berths on the Scar. Even we don't even have to wait.
This went completely the different direction than I thought it was going. I thought you were going to fight it.
Yeah,
I was
No, man,
ready to
it's-
light up the
most
entire
guys
building with
in
my Gauss
travel have
rifle.
repatriation bonds. You can just peace out. It's not worth dying for.
All right. So
I just love the idea of this BWAP being a combat administrator going into
Yeah.
with a data pad full of legalities.
Yeah, the setting is awesome.
Combat lawyer.
Combat lawyer.
combat lawyer.
She's wearing an armored caftan that you have to be trained to recognize the armor in it.
All right. So they're willing to sign. Anything else you need from them? Yes, I'm willing to sign this document.
We're gonna restrain them all.
Yeah, they kind of they figured that. But
Yeah.
as long as their main thing is safe passage off world and retaining their kukri.
Yep.
So, all right. There is one provision. Being as prisoners debriefing, we would like to put we're not no interrogation or asking of we're not required to give up any intelligence with a roll of 4 on admin is what he's trying to add that in there. It says it exactly.
Against customs or something.
I'm going to go with my argument with the admin role is going to be by taking legal responsibility for their safety and their actions, we have to be allowed to understand what we are liable for. Thus, we absolutely have to be able to ask them about the fact that they were here to, and then reference the, I forget how it was pronounced, but the things that we discovered evidence-wise of what they were looking for.
Good one.
As a legal government, yeah.
And
He's
so
going to counter. Okay, we'll be willing to. What's it called when you? We're willing to debrief you, but not the local government. And he rolled snake eyes, and he says it really oh shit, is this gonna work?
Yeah, no. Anything they tell us, we can just tell the government anyway. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wants a non-disclosure agreement from me, but rolling a snake eyes on his he actually rolled a negative number on that one. So I'm giving him a negative one. So he rolled a -1 in total after -1 effect. So
yeah, I rolled an 8.
Added in that anything he tells us, we can tell the government by default.
all right, yeah, I don't really have much of a choice here, so I'm willing to accept these terms.
Captain, I believe everything is properly documented and ready for your authorization.
He just nods and he just dips his dew claw in ink and then signs on the paper. Oh, not on the dotted line, by the way.
Yeah.
He's just over the whole fucking thing.
He's a regular John Hancock.
The sergeant signs his agreement and gives over his weapon and motions his soldiers to come out and hand over their arms.
All right.
Where do you want us to go?
I'm going to insist as the administrator processing this, aka more or less the county clerk, that we first must verify all stipulations are met. The release of all of the hostages, that they are okay and everything as granted, and then proceed as the agreement was written.
The small drone community on this planet, this moon is not very big, so there's not very many leaders that are on here, but it's a good amount to make up a ruling body of basically a city-sized community. And there is one that's wounded, but for the most part, they're all uninjured. But they all got restraints in the main hall of the council chamber. You find your target. What was the name of the leader of leaders here?
Trepispixoid.
Trepelpixoid. Did I say that right?
Not at all.
You said it better though.
Yeah, that was
Truffle
really
McFloyd
funny.
is his name
I,
now.
I heard Truffle Pixoy or something like that.
Trepelpixel. Yeah, I don't know.
Truffle McFloyd.
And see, this is why I go by Chrome.
So, yes, thank you for your swift negotiation and ability to rescue the leaders of our moon. How may we repay you?
Do you have any atomic weapons?
Oh my god.
Alice slaps him on the head. Just like, bonk.
You like fly up there? All right. No, we do not have atomic weapons. We don't have very many weapons at all. We depend upon the humans of the Union to protect, do most of
Just
the
hold my
military.
hand up and walk away in disgust.
You could tell us why you think that these mercenaries came to attack your planet.
He points to one of the military scouts. We're going to and kind of ask like, what's the situation? We're getting that right now. We're gonna. I suggest that we have a meeting here after we assess the situation of what's going on.
I'm going to hand over the picture of the antique coins and indicate that this was on the dead body of one of the mercs on board the ship.
I'll bring that up. We should probably search the merc guys' bodies first and foremost to see what they have.
I was just gonna I was gonna see if there's any kind of recon you guys want to do before the meeting, as they're doing the same thing as you are.
You're just searching the POWs, really.
Yeah.
So
See if they're
yeah, the POWs have the same thing as the guy on the ship. So you get four sets of body armor or combat armor, 4 SA-80 Gauss Soleimani Gauss rifles, 13 times 4 magazines of Gauss ammo, and they all have the same copy of the coin in orders of identifying the coins.
Wait, so none of these guys were smart enough to get rid of their op ward before surrendering?
I think they're playing to the T of the honor of the admin.
All right.
So
hey, respect. I mean,
there's not much real information on. There's not really much information on there outside of obtaining these at any cost. So
fair enough.
But yeah, they should have done that. I didn't think about that until after I said it. So
all good. I mean, it's a stressful situation.
So what kind of so you're going through the they got the they also have one radio system communication device handheld that can it's like a backpack that you can use to communicate within system. I'm not sure what that would be rules wise, but
it'd be a transceiver.
Yeah, system wide transceiver.
I almost bought one of those too. Glad I didn't.
Now we have one. Let's go.
We have our fucking Vietnam era ass radio.
What was that? A Prit 77 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the field telephone though.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any. Then you also have 8 stun grenades.
Ooh, that's good for boarding actions if the OPFOR is too dumb to depressurize.
No FGMPs, CJ.
I mean,
if they had FGMPs, they wouldn't have surrendered.
Yeah.
They would have landed. They would
landed.
have just vaporized us and taken the ship.
Yeah.
stun grenades would also work really good in 0G as long as your boots are locked, because you can really throw it.
Yay!
All right. So, any other time you want to do before the meeting? And we're going to jump
Not
right in.
really. I think we should just tell them.
Can we interrogate one of them?
Reason not to.
You guys want to interrogate this session or wait for open it up with interrogation? So,
People are tired.
yeah. So, all right.
Besides, they did personally give us the tools to interrogate them with, aka the flashbangs.
No torture.
Bruh.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
no torture.
there's the humans from Growlin have arrived. There's a few assembly members from them. There's one from Botany Bay and another one from Venice who are talking about the situation. And one of them, the Venice one, was like, "Yeah, we had deployed the military to Greyland and what is that? The world that's I forgot the name of it. Sorry, I'm breaking." Immersion C.
No, it's a very poorly informed politician. That's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So yeah,
Point his allies on a map.
yeah, was it Catherine, Catherine, whatever the name of that world is. We've got the fleet there. How were they? How did we have so little here? And the Greyland, like there's a naval admiral's like, well, your worlds had insisted that we redeploy the Navy to defend against the Aslan Hayati. So yeah, we had under your order. Kazuntai. Ihate. So yeah, we under your orders we had the fleet redeployed. There was only the one ship here guarding Growlin, which was despite our suggestions was an easy target. Seems that these mercenaries attacked, and the only thing that seems to be their objective, he puts down one of those little order things. Seems they're after this set of coins, and then the droid leader of leaders, your contact is like
buddy Palamigo.
Yeah, Palamigo he's like, yeah, that's those are ancient coins that we use to cast our more important drawing. They hold the psychic power of psychic memory of those who are the oldest and most knowledgeable of our people. They give you a brief history of that, or he gives the brief history of very ceremonial, like he has to go through the motions of explaining their origins, as like it was given to us by the rule of man, or made of an ancient mysterious metal. I have no idea what humans would want with them, though.
Perhaps to cripple your society.
Yes, that's very concerning too. And you see a lot of like. Also, do you guys speak Droin?
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, Chrome does.
Okay, yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, I assume that Chrome is Chrome, or you guys are using translators because they're speaking in Ophtheric or Droin.
I can't afford a fucking personal computer with a translator, so Scar has no idea what's going on, but he doesn't care.
He's just looking annoyed in the corner. But I'll assume that Chrome's explaining everything to everybody. And
Sure.
Yeah, the only thing I can see that they would be interested in is the value of the metal they're from, but that's an awful long distance to go to get it. Do our mercenary friends know anything about this mercenary unit?
They have very cool knives.
Do I maybe know anything about them?
You give me what would be a good role for that one?
Social science.
Give me a social science or military. Like, what skill do you have that you think would?
I have social science.
Okay, you do have that. Okay, yeah, give me social science plus education.
That's a 9.
9. What you do know about them is they are from the world of Colombian in the Solomani Confederation. I will pull that world up here in just a second. It's and they're a well-known Gurkha unit from the Dark Nebula region. I think there's Dark Nebula. I'll have to find it. I'll put some information on that later. But they're renowned for working. They've been working with the Carillion Assembly to help organize our military as they go into a more centralization of organization of the peacekeeper forces into a standard military, and have been known to work with the lanyard colonies quite a bit. Also, they also have connections with the Solomani Syndicate. And it's rumored that their commander is a pretty high-level member of the syndicate.
So they have organized crime ties.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's
10 out of 10 wouldn't trust my government to these people.
Yeah, but yeah, they're also known. They're also known as being a little bit bloodthirsty, and not though they have a code of honor. They're not below doing a little bit of war crimes here and there. Anything else specifically you're looking for them?
No, I just wanted general information about who they are.
Who their client is would be nice.
They have a contract with the Carillion Assembly, training their.
Carillions are trying to weaken Growlin. That's their target for expansion.
Yeah,
maybe we should get this out into the media.
Can I do an admin role to tell how recently their safe passage chips were issued, so we can see how long this potentially has been planned?
Okay, go ahead. The unit itself, 10. So the unit itself has been in service for about 10 years. The service chits are a standard thing within their contract of gaining employment with the unit. So generally, you have to turn them in at the unit's headquarters or whatever posting that they might have. So if they have like a
the contract is based on the bond, because that's something. It's kind of like insurance,
Mhm.
but it's like it's been on the books as long as a unit's been around. But they just require their clients to. Pay them.
Okay, it's a policy number, not necessarily this is a particular insurance per individual. Gotcha.
Like you do know from looking at the paperwork that they've been contracted with the Carillion Assembly for about 2 years now. But it's been made public for only about a year, so the numbers don't add up to what the media is saying about them.
So if this is the world that I'm thinking of, because you said Columbia, and there isn't one by that name, Dark Nebula, but there is a world called Column.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the one I'm thinking of. I thought that was in Dark Nebula.
Yeah, Column is in Dark Nebula.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Part of the Solomonic Confederation, and just to get from there to Growlin, I believe a Merc cruiser is jump 3 is something like 7 weeks.
That's not that long. If they know, like they planned it out in advance though, because like you don't travel 7 weeks unless you know there's going to be a good contract there.
Yeah, but we already know that they've been under contract for multiple 2 years at this point, so this wasn't probably their first destination working for these guys.
Shit, hang on. I'm getting like tinfoily here, because how long has the Carillion Assembly even been, going and doing their like pseudo Hitler thing?
They've been doing it for quite a few years now. The assassination was in 11. No, we're at 1110.
Oh, we're 1110. Okay, so it's been like 7 years since they started consolidating. Okay, so they haven't been here from the start.
Yeah, they haven't been there from the start. They'd involved with the Carillion Assembly right around the time that the Iridonian whatever rebellion started.
Okay, great shit, man. Solomonic Confederation's making a play for the.
These guys are not officially a part of the Solomonic Confederation, although they are connected to the
government.
Yeah.
What do you want to bet the Solis, subsidize this and help them pay for the Merc stuff and advisors and shit? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Assembly has been quite interested in mainly Catherine, or the world I can't pronounce. One that's just forward of Botany Bay. They're a linchpin in a lot of the food stuff that supports our cluster of worlds here.
Yeah, it's a strategic point on the Growlin loop, so they'd be able to choke point all the jump 1 shipping.
Yeah, and it also, by cutting off food supply, they can strong arm worlds into doing what they want. We have rumors that they're working with the Aslan there to basically hand over the world to the Aslan and use them as a puppet state against the worlds in the cluster here. So I believe that these, how do you pronounce the Ihate?
Ihate.
The Ihate.
Ihate.
Ihate. We believe the Ihate are maybe working with the Assembly in a covert manner. And that's why their raids have been a lot more than normal. As they're not directly associated with the Hyatt, they can expand.
Well, they must be from an outcast clan then, if they're violating the peace of Tahal.
Yes, that's that's the situation right now. Though we're unsure where they're getting the support for their military equipment and vessels. We'd like to hire your unit, as currently our Navy is not as after losing. Well, we saved the ship, but it's going to take time to rebuild. We don't have the naval capabilities of tracking down this kukri and getting back the coins that they stole.
So they did steal them.
Yes, the coins are missing. There's we just have this one. And give me how many coins are there in a set?
6.
36.
46?
Oh yeah, 36 for everything.
Do we have a picture of the coins? And let's see which coin you actually had, because this might actually be of importance for the drawing. I know there's a picture of them somewhere on the internet. Okay, give me a 1d46 roll.
36. Hang on a minute. I have to go AFK.
Okay, I'll do it then. 65.
Out of a 46?
No, it's out of 36. It's the tens digit. It's 2d6. The tens digit is the one die is a tens digit.
Right, so I need you can put it in the dice roller, like 1d36, and we can figure out which coin you actually have.
Yeah, I rolled physical dice. I got a 65.
Okay, so that's too high. I need something below 36 because there are only 36 coins.
That's okay. It's 10's digit and 1's digit. It's chance. I rolled for the chance coin.
Okay, chance. Okay, so what is it? Just out of curiosity, what does a chance mean? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's like tarot. It's a subjective meaning.
All right. So these are connected to one another, and it'd be very important to get these. He hands the chance coin over to Chrome as a sport. We need you to go with these mercenaries and find our set of coins that are missing. Would you?
Of course.
Would you and your unit? And he looks at Scar. Be willing to take on a contract to recover these?
Well, the unit commander is Denton. I'm just the captain of my scout ship.
Oh, my apologies. Looks at
Actual caps. I'm just the XO.
Oh, right. Yeah, Robert is the captain. That's right. Shit.
Okay. Looks to Robert and says, "Would your unit be willing to take on this contract?"
Fulfilling this contract.
Okay. What would it cost the Growlin Union to hire you?
The guideline I've seen from the Merc book, which is a garbage book, is
1.5 mega credits,
2.5 million a month, because starships.
Yeah.
So whatever, if that's probably our starting point, I think.
Yeah, we'll go with 2.5 million a month plus repair costs as a service contract, ongoing repair and rearming of munitions, any munitions expended.
Okay, that sounds reasonable to us. We would also like to have the prisoners that you've taken sent to brought into our custody.
That is not possible. We have already agreed to repatriate them.
I step in and say, under Article XYZ of mercenary negotiations of a ceasefire and hostage negotiation, a captain of a ship has the right to stipulate safe passage away from a hostile location in exchange of immediate termination of hostilities.
Give me a advocate roll. Advocate plus education.
Provide an assistance if needed.
I have nothing in that, so would that be a 0? Or I mean, not a 0. Would that be a negative? Okay, yeah.
And if somebody wants to assist or take the role themselves.
I rolled an 8.
Advocate 2, so 10 plus modifier plus a 2 modifier from education. If we're going from education,
plus 1 and plus 1 from go.
It'd be education or social, I think.
Yeah.
Well, am I revealing my noble in this case that I am a noble for them? Or
Why wouldn't you?
I suppose so. Yeah. So we can use social, which is also a +2. But...
So technically, the contract that I would have had Scar sign earlier is him acting as XO under the legal auspices of you, the captain, who was not there in combat to do the negotiation. So you, the captain, are the one that actually has the legal right of responsibility over these prisoners and can therefore assert your legal responsibilities.
Yes.
So, GM, I have a question for you, and it's fiddly and technical.
Okay.
So, when they hand me the chance coin, is it in its upright configuration or is it in its reversed configuration? Because this tells me how I interpret it. Now, because you don't know, I've got it here.
Okay. Let me know, and I'm probably going to randomly determine.
Well, so in its regular, positive determination, it means stability, structure, rules, and power. In its minor configuration, it's inaction, sleep, or powerlessness.
It's in that one right now. The later.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, that's very troubling, and I make a concern to join noises. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, what was your effect on the legal roll?
I rolled an 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's an effective one. So that's going to give a +1 because you're assisting, correct, Goat?
Yeah.
So that would give CJ a +1. What did you roll?
I rolled 8, and I've got Advocate 2 and Social 2. So
That'd be 8 plus 4. That would make it a 12. Okay. I was going to say if you have a negative effect, I was going to have them negotiate to lower the fee. But okay. Yes, we understand your legal argument on that. But then defer the or release the prisoners to your care. But we would require any information from their interrogation be sent to us. Would that be sufficient?
We've already provided it.
Okay, excellent. And they pull out the. Does the BWAP want to go over the paperwork there?
She's already been like.
He's already reading it.
Yep. She's actually also referenced like standard variations of this paperwork form before to be able to check for any like slipped in legalities or anything like that too.
Okay. It does say that the only weird legality in there, and it's written in drawing, is that upon completion of the mission, you will have to partake in a drawing ceremony of completion.
I wave over to Crump.
Yes, French technician Adidas.
What's this say?
Yes, this is to be saying that upon completing of mission, we participate in important ritual of drawing.
I mean, isn't that a given?
Yes.
Okay, yes, perfect. Fine. Everything looks great, Captain.
All right. So they sign the contract and ready for you. How do you sign this contract? Do you have like a signet coin and you're like put wax on there, or what how do you do that? Like prepare the ink.
Oh, just absolutely a signet ring and sealing wax. My own stick of sealing wax that I use.
Okay.
Use for that.
And I think we'll leave it there and open up with the interrogation of the prisoners next. And as you pick up your ship from the main world.
Hell yeah. Kick ass.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little. I could not talk today. It wasn't my best work as a GM today.
No worries.